Oh, to my, here we, young, we can't hear my sword, die, yours, woman, one. Then, Barney, I know one more blame, I will be. One, to my, channel, I do. Barney, I know that I was a blame, mobile. So I want my. To my head, no, I do. To my wood, to my wood, you.
Hello, welcome to the midnight show here. Almost 9 o'clock my end here, so welcome here and stay blessed as we have the double show tonight. And those people with two profile around here, I think I need to call someone off and keep only one profile there. Our schedule for the next week is very basic. If you don't know what we're talking about basic, you better get to know what we're talking about. Because it's going to be chilly and hot around here as we move closer to the election process. the election period, and we're going to have all these people coming up here to either endorse their candidate or tell us what they get to do, tell the Grangians. So that's what we're going to do here tonight. Out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, we're going to read the letter that was sent to the people in Minnesota there with Bobby Tudee now, the recognized leader of that area, according to the board of directors. No, let me say according to the national president, not the board of directors, the national president headed by Madame Edith Poor, and she have the national administration has given its blessing to the leaders, the new leader in Minnesota. That's Hillary Bobby Tudee. As we all know, there's election, let me say election, internal leadership set up in that place. And Bobby Tudee has been, well, should I say, select, pick to lead that particular internal leadership 3 months. So we will talk about the letter from the national administration. I don't know if it happened in Texas also, because Texas also did the same thing. They took their leader out and put an internal leader in place. Minnesota put an internal leader in place. So we're seeing these what we're seeing uh, so the leader, the Honorable Wudu Kala, now the board chairman, we spoke to him this morning, and if he received anything concerning this particular process that is going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota, he told us there's a process. Those people in Minnesota need to follow the process. So I think they sent a letter to Madam Edith Poir, who have received the letter, and that's where we stand now. Yeah, that's what we have right now. On Saturday, I'll be bringing in the friends of Edith. Those in the Iowa area want to speak to the people of Grand Jide and tell them thanks for their effort, their time, you know, the time for those who went in there and did what they could do to lay their sister to rest. So I will try to get on here and bring on the people of Iowa on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I will bring on the former president of the former president of Minnesota. That will be Alex Diaz. That will be Alex Diaz joining me. So Minnesota is in the everything now. So they will be joining us. Mr. Diaz will be here and be our special guest. I will try to get Mr. Samson Toe on also, and I'm trying to get that schedule to get Mr. Samson Toe on here to discuss the issue of Jide. We all know Mr. Samson Toe, and from LPR, outspoken pop. So I'll call him tomorrow and see how we can schedule a time on the show here. So Bobby today I sent a link. I sent you the Bowie Slua Bowie. How you doing, man? Your state is in the news, Bowie Slua Bowie. There's Bobby Tory interim leadership. They said they got floor of the hope, and now they got Bobby Tory, who is now the new leader for the next interim leader, 3 months. So yeah, as and it says here, congratulations to Minnesota chapter interim leadership. Then you see here Bobby Ellington, Bobby Toady is the president. The other executives are Nehemiah Garlick, the vice president. Della Brown, the secretary. Willett Nemo, the treasurer. Helen Zilli, the chaplain of that particular chapter. And they are given 3 months to have election. And 3 months to have election and have a new leader put in place over there. I was supposed to get Ruth Bodu supposed to be my special guest also. Ruth Bodu, she's out of Phoenix, Arizona. She's gonna come up here and doors also. So Ruth Bodu, special guest. Yeah, so I mean the GGAA national election is moving on. I will try to get the committee, those who are in charge of the committee, the election committee to come here. The election commission and myself, commissioner, the chairman and myself spoke, and they know they want to come also here too. They say congratulations to the newly elected leadership of GGA Minnesota chapter. Your dedicated and commitment will undoubtedly lead the chapter to new heights. We look forward to your leadership and the exciting progress ahead. That's what signed by Madam Edith Poa, the president of that chapter, you know, of the national administration, the president. But we are hearing that it is a troubling time where Gilmore and his group are saying that the process should be condemned that brought in Bobby Tory. They are condemning it. If anybody get that letter from them, please send it to me so I can read the letter and then the video from Gilmore. Let me see if I can get the video and play the video here. It is I think they are unhappy with the process, and they are unhappy with the process that brought in Mr. Bobby Today. They say they are unhappy with the process. So I think they called it a coup d'etat, and they condemn the process. We all know the condemnation from the Gilmore scam. Jenkins Greer is all, and then Achimau even have Gilmore video where he's angry and then seeing a split. I don't know where the split will come from. I think, but that's why we are getting that the process that brought Bobby Today is the Greer guys they are angry, and there's a video on the social media for Gilmore that pertaining to that particular process. But I think the national administration have also uh, okay the people, and then the former president of that chapter, Mr. Alexander Bamu. Let me bring on Mr. Alexander Bamu Facebook page where he congratulated the new president, and he said, even though I'm not in the country, but I give you my full support. And this is just not. I think there's a need for a need. You know, let me share the screen and read what Mr. Bambus wrote on his Facebook page. And you can see here, this is Alexander Bambu. And then he was the after Kamati Dia, after Kana, he came in with Catherine Cantu. Catherine Cantu was his vice president, and he was the president at that time. So he's one of the funny members of that chapter. Thelma Collins, funny member of that chapter. So that about 12 hours ago, and he said, Ellington H. Bobby Tudee, interim president, Minnesota chapter. Congratulations on this new and exciting role. I'm very excited to see the positive impact you will make on our chapter, and we wish you the best in your new position as interim president for our noble chapter, GGAA Minnesota chapter. Parenthesis right there. You have my full support, even though I'm on vacation in Liberia. He signed Alexander Bamu, the former president, Minnesota, GGA Minnesota chapter. And that's from Alexander Bamu. If you watching the show, Alexander Bamu, Mr. Peter Whitty from all the way Des Moines, Iowa. How you doing, sir? I don't know if the singer or the junior, but one of them, watching us from Iowa, Des Moines tonight. Tell us where you're watching us from. If you want to be part of this conversation here, you can tell us, is this process legal? Is this a forward-moving march for the people of Minnesota? You tell us. We report, you decide. Yeah, we report, you decide. Bobby Tudee, one of the controversial human beings in our community.
Oh, tomai, here we, young, we can't hear my sword, I use woman, one. Then, Barney, I know that I want to blame our blue. One, tomai, and General, do I go? Barney, I know that I want to blame our blue. Because I want my. To my head, no, I do. To my wood, to my.
Okay, I have to shut this window down. I was open, I didn't know. Cold breeze coming out of there, coming on my feet. So, Bobby Tudee is now the current interim leader, and he's just there for 3 months. 3 months, not too long, just 3 months. There's going to be an election. He's giving us strict responsibility by the board, and those guys in Minnesota don't joke. Kamati Dinya and all these guys, they don't joke in our town. They set it out there, and they put it out there, and they set it out there, and they said, look, you got 3 months to set up this interim leadership thing, and when you set this thing up, you have election. So I think Bobby is calling for election calling for a meeting on Sunday. And there's Sunday. There's a meeting up on Sunday. But the process here is, let me read this from Jenkins Greer. He said Bobby and the rest are illegal because they haven't paid due for 2 years. Either violated GGA Constitution article where 9th local chapters. I don't know he have ever paid be due to, but because these things been dormant. If you want everybody to pay due, even the president from Iowa had that same issue. Wanted people to pay 2 years due. The people told the president, I'm not president. That's impossible. Let us move on. Those who can pay, let them pay. And the president there saw reason and brought the money down to I think $30 or $35. And the people paying the money and they're going for election. I think after the process in Minnesota that time, because these guys went and raised money on them by themselves and registered their chapter and paid and told the people to pay $10 a piece. So they're now paying $10 a piece. They are paying $10 a piece to, and that $10, I think, yeah, go straight, it comes straight to the national administration, and they don't get nothing. But I mean, I think they when I interviewed Floyd that time, he said he had 20 some more $1,000 there, 23,900 and change or 800 and change. So the Minnesota chapter is big. They got a lot of money in that place. They got money in that place, my Woody. So let me see here. Let me put the Gilmore statement here. I want to put Gilmore's statement here so people can listen to his statement. He had a podcast. I don't know who's gaining from Minnesota, but my question to the Amunia people, Amuenu, I mean, Gilmore and Slew, why are they not concerned about Texas? The same thing happened in Minnesota, happened in Texas. But because the guy in Texas is not speaking out, so they let it go. One injustice here should be everybody concerned. We shouldn't take one and make it a priority and talk about it, or it is not good. But then on the other hand, we glorify the other side. I have issue with that. Whoever doing it, I criticize you for that. I don't care. You can't say you don't like the coup. You call the other one in Minnesota as a coup d'etat. But they had a meeting on the phone where they removed their president and they put another intern body there in Texas, Johnson Doe and the group. And you okay with it. You don't have a problem with it. Is it because Johnson Doe, who is involved in it now, the senior advisor to the new president, is your supporter? He's supporting your camp. He's making all these military, putting all these people in military thing and making video of the people. And so then you okay with it. But when the table turn on the other side, then you come and make videos, will not take you serious. Will not take you serious. Grand Jury will not take you serious. Grand Juries will not take you serious. If you want to be taken serious in our community, you criticize what is wrong and what you think is wrong, but you can't criticize one, you leave one.
Residing in Detroit, Michigan. As your chapter president, Cleveland, depending on where you find yourself. My fellow Grandidians, my name is Octavius Bestman Gilman, residing in Detroit, Michigan. As your chapter president for the Grand Jury Association in the United States, I come to you this morning or this evening with a clear and simple message. As we gather to head to Kentucky to choose our next leader, I come to you to inform you about a bubble, about a problem that is unfolding and how the propensity to derail the peace that we all are putting together in this community is Minnesota. I speak to you as your chapter president, as a chapter president from the state of Michigan. I'm asking all chapter presidents to think about this. There are few handful of Grandidians, maybe 5 or 6, gathered together in Minnesota, decided that, look, they disagree with the chapter president, Mr. George Floyd, And they decided that, look, he is no more a sitting president. And they are waiting to be recognized or approved by the board and the administration. We understand who is behind this. We got it. Let me say this to every single chapter president. If you accept that 4 or 5 people or whatever numbers can come together because they disagree with you for whatever reason, because what is going on in Minnesota is personal and it's about this election. So if they can come together and remove you and do the same, it means that the Grand Jury Association is done. That means that if 4 or 5 people sit down, they don't like you for no reason, have a meeting and say you're no more president, and they send a letter to the national or the board, that means you're no more president. Then what good is Grand Jury Association? I'm asking all chapter president, just because it's in Minnesota, that don't mean you're immune from that. It can happen to you. And as a sitting chapter president for Michigan, I condemn this to the 40s. I would never work with any human being in Minnesota except the leadership headed by George Floyd. And I'm calling on all chapter presidents to do the same. And this is going to the national. Please do not even attempt to have a discussion with whosoever called itself interim leadership. It's unconstitutional, it's wrong, it had a propensity to derail the peace in our community. And that includes this election. We are calling upon you, Madam President, to condemn that to the 40s. We will not recognize anybody except George Floyd. If they want to remove him, there's a way in which to do that. Not right now. And not the way in which the claim is right. To my chapter president, do not say, I did not warn you. I'm calling upon you to look at this. If they can accept that, they will accept it for you. So don't say because it's in Minnesota, it can happen here. There are people in your chapter don't like you. So they can gather together and remove you the same. Because if the national accept them, that means they will have to accept what happened in Philadelphia, what happened in Kentucky. They will accept that. I know in this state, Michigan, it would never happen on my watch. So, to the national board, you have the right now to stop this. This about the boss. If you cannot stop that, I'm afraid that the peace, the little peace that we are enjoying today in this community will be destroyed. And I can see it will be the end of Grand Jury Association. I'm calling on all Grand Juryans to condemn the act that in Minnesota as soon as possible. I take God to make every single good loving Grand Juryans. There are people in our midst find pleasure when we are divided. There are people who just don't want to see Grand Juryans enjoy peace. They are in our midst, and we have to be smart. We know them, and that's why all chapter leadership, please condemn this act to the 40s. If the national accept that, this is the end of Grand Jury Association. Thank you. I love you. good morning, good evening, depending on where you find yourself.
That's the video from the presidential candidate of the Ammonia group. These guys, I don't know if Gilman guy advisor. Well, I don't know what Daniel Pine them doing with him. Uriah Soon, JJ Dennis. Why they allow him to make this video? Why? He said few people, group of people, 5 people in Minnesota. The video you saw that 4 people in that place. As a chapter president of your Michigan state, you should be concerned about it. You should be the last person to speak. You are a president. You don't control yourself. You president. All those presidents you see, so they fall on the national leadership, the president council. You call meeting, you go to your council and you discuss it. This is not military group we running here. When one man get out, you show a finger to a friend and doing it this. Who's advising Gilmore? The people who are advising Gilmore are blundered again. Those who are advising Gilmore are blunt. They have blundered. Let me show you the names of those who signed the paper. The names of these people, what he calling few people. I will show it to you. I got the whole document here in my possession. The people he calling few people who signed the document. How can the chapter president be so concerned about another chapter and he call his friends in that chapter few people? These human beings, he said the words and using on people that come out there. These are funny fathers of that chapter. Ellis Bamu, Kamati Dia, Alex Dia, Dusty Kine, Wayne Copper. These are people who formed the chapter. When we met these people in Minneapolis, 1998. They were running. It was Copper, Wayne Copper, who were the president. If the chapter is not moving in the good direction, the right direction, they call the elders, and those who are elders. If I was going to be in Minnesota, I'm an elder. I joined that group since 1999. I mean, when I was called upon by the elders, Johnny G. Gotti, the late Johnny Gotti, may his soul rest in peace. What Gotti told me in my water-broke apartment I was living to go and rent the party hall for them to have meeting. I went, they gave me the money, I rented the place, and they had the meeting. My first time going to the meeting down in 1998. That's almost, you do the math. He called the people, few people, the people in the state. You are in Michigan, you register, your people register, you're getting, when the last time you go to a meeting in your Michigan state? So let me give you the names of the people who, let me show the names of the people who attended, who Gilmore called few. And people, 5 people, 6 people. This is the list. Let me see if I can zoom it. Let me zoom the list. And control, and then enter. So control and enter. Well, it's not enlarging itself here. But that's the list. If you look on the list here, you got 55, 56, 57, 58 people. Kamati Dian, the number right here. And these are members. Ellis Gay, Dusty Kine. These are people in the state that went to meeting, and you call them few. How the people got 50? Some more people who attended that meeting. How many members do you have in your state? Come on, how many members do you have in your state? How many members? How many of you are in your state? We don't even know you're 6 or 7 in your state. This is, I'm not being wherever backing anyone here, but if something like this come out, if you are concerned, you're not president yet. In the local chapters, well, our chapter president for Kentucky, if something happened, we go to the chapters, the president and that chapter president council then the president get involved into our meeting. We don't get on and be threatening people and doing and call people feel. How will you call your friend and feel? I mean, it's just not right. It's a disrespectful act, and the brother needs to understand. Those who are advising him needs to understand that. Nobody have time for these kind of a nonsense again. But I mean, speak to the people like you're you speaking to the people like your children. You threaten the people who will not work with the people.
Good
Look at
morning.
that.
And simple message.
Simple message to the people.
As we gather to head to Kentucky to choose our next leader.
Grialing, if you come to church late, just come to church late. Geoff Floyd is on my show. My Tuesday show. Go there, I interview him. I interview the president from Texas. I interview the guy from Minnesota.
And had the propensity.
Gilmore, you think Gilmore, Mr. Grialing, you think Gilmore was supposed to speak like this? He's a chapter president, like your chapter. You in Iowa over there, Mr. Grialing. Spencer Carr, you are in Iowa. Something happened in my state, Kentucky. If you are concerned citizen, you speak to the people. You don't come here and make these demands. Go to the Gilmore is the president for Michigan State. Go to your president council meeting and express it to the president. I'm Mr. President. You don't make these kind of demands, this kind of thing. It's not good. We have to speak to these things and tell it must stop. It has to stop. It's not because someone did that. If anybody for any side did this thing, we must come together and put a stop to them. Gilmore is the president. He falls under the president council. He falls under the national president. Until he can be president, he falls under the until that time, he must understand that it is a process. Let me send the link to Michael V. If you want the link, Grialing, tell me, I'll send the link to you. The link can be sent to anyone who wants the link. This is the Tudee show. The Tudee show. We don't hold back. We don't hold back. Just tell me, say send the link, I'll send the link to you. But it's not right. If Gilmore want a link, I will send. Let me send a link set to Gilmore. If Josephine want a link, but who is advising Gilmore? Don't this young man have advisors? Daniel Pine. These are great people. Our senior brothers, great people with knowledge, with brains that are advising. That you know. They shouldn't do this to the brother. Hey, driving. Just speak. Bobby, how you doing? The brother is driving, so we're going to let him to speak. Then we're going to go to the show. So, brother, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah, you know.
Go ahead.
You know, our community.
Brother, go ahead. The people listening to you.
No, the Bluetooth service giving me problems.
Take it off from there. Take the Bluetooth or speaking the phone, microphone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Bobby, ain't you hearing it, brother, Bobby?
Loud and clear.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to Bobby Tudee, and we're all wishing him the best. To bring that chapter up to, as we know, Minnesota chapter. But Grand Tudee Association, this is an organization that we should respect our leaders, whether you're a chapter leader or whether you're a national leader. Once we put you as our leader, we should respect you as our leader. To what you were just speaking to, you can denigrate people because you want to win an election. It does not work like that. You know, Mr. Otavio is a chapter leader. If you have issue with anything that goes on in another chapter, he knows the procedure to follow. But he's not going. It's not right for you to come here and just write anything because he won sympathy from Grenadinians to vote for him. You know, I think he's not taking the right route. He should go back. He should listen to his advisor. I don't know who's advising him. You know, no. For me, I would have gone to the chapter meeting and raised my contention with the leaders. I would have called the national president and said, "Look, Madam President, this is what's going on in that chapter. I think we need to look into it. I think you need to call an emergency meeting for all chapters. Let's go to the meeting so that we can look into what's actually going on in Minnesota chapter if I disagree with what is going on there." You know, and besides, the people in Minnesota, the leadership in Minnesota is brought forth by the people. So if the people come and say, "Look, I think it's time that we have an interim body," that's the people in Minnesota who the body is leading. And the president you are talking about, I don't see him coming on Facebook, I ain't coming anywhere raising any contention. So why is it we that don't have any fish to fry in Minnesota chapter, why are we raising contention? You know, if the president come out from Minnesota chapter that was, you know, how to call it, that succeeded, if he come on and say, "Look, I have a problem with what went on," then at least you can talk. But he hasn't come on. He hasn't said anything.
Yeah, but my point here now, the same thing that went on in Minnesota, St. Otavio is angry. It went on in Texas. They met on the meeting, I think 2-3 weeks ago, and then they told the guy that they want an interim leadership. Now they got the same interim leadership. They don't hear that guy complaining. We heard Floyd complaining. No, the man said the way they did it, he didn't like it, but he's gonna move on. So why is everyone concerned about Minnesota? You know, I just don't get it. That's it. But there's a process. When we were president for our chapter here, you were not here that time, but when those things happened, they had chapter. Fred, President Graham was the president. Even Johnson Doe was president to that time. We should go there and go argue there on the presidency and tell the president, Mr. President, this. But it's shocking to me, but I hope there is advisors will advise you to stop using certain words on these people. You're using these words on, you need these people. If you are president, you would lead these people. Call the people, few group of people. The video you showed a few group of people there, these people who signed that paper, the signatures are on these things. Did they ever complain, say they did not sign those papers? Look at the people who went to meeting. These are the people who are in the meeting.
Exactly. But Prince, if a member of the chapter, Minnesota chapter, comes on and raise contention, you know, and then you come on and say, "Yeah, these people are saying the process was not satisfactory," at least then you have a point. But I mean, up to this point, I don't see nobody from Minnesota chapter, or I don't see the president himself from Minnesota chapter that's raising that contention. You know?
It's just not strict. My point here is that with this process. This is election process. We should not make it to do things to split us. The people in Minnesota, and even in his words, he's saying that why they can't come for an election before they do. You're going to tell the people in Minnesota when to have their election and have their leadership change? No, I don't understand it. It's anyway. But thank you very much.
Yeah. So thank you, Prince. Let me just say one thing. Let me wrap up, and you can go on with issue.
Boy.
And I want to say thank you so much. You know, I know many people, they just know me, but they don't know. You know, some of we serve in leadership, top leadership position. You know, so when we speak, we know when to come out and speak on issues that are relevant.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, there are certain things that went on. I called you, I wanted to come and speak on it. I know this is not a point for it, but, you know, I have many people call me, especially my elders, and they say I shouldn't give it no credence. So on this platform, I just want to tell you, you know, all that wanted to come and speak about it, what Gilmore said, but I have people that I look up to that also respect me and they say I shouldn't give it credence. So, you know, on this public matter, I won't give it credence, you know. So thank you so much for, you know,
Prince, who's speaking?
accepting me to come on.
That's Crispy Romeo. That's Michael V's husband.
Hold on, Crispy. Oh, I didn't recognize the voice.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Tudee, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
Okay, my man. Bobby, I saw the letters from the national president congratulating you. Well, you got 3 months to serve your people, and you're going to lead everybody in our state, not just one group of people. So, and then again, I saw the president, one of your predecessors, Mr. Alexander Bamboo. He said even though he's on vacation, but he congratulated you, and he said he's with you and he want you, work with you to see that the chapter move ahead. Well, with all these things that are going on in the community, Bobby, the chapter, you've been in that place for a long time. You've been in that place. You want peace. You want people to be together, to work together, to uplift your chapter. Tell us how you're feeling now. Now that you are being written by the national president, and you will have to work with Floyd. Go up, calm down. Have you called him? Have you talked to him? Have you, he's right on the boulevard over there, Zane. Have you talked to him? Have you talked to other people who are dissatisfied with the process?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prince, for giving me this opportunity to come on here tonight to be able to speak to my people, our people. So, first of all, I'm truly honored, and I'm honored, and I'm saying it with all sincerity that I'm honored to serve this community. And I do stand on the shoulders of giants, real true giants. I've served this community and served the community of our organization in Minnesota here. People like Tilma Collins, Alexander Bumble, Kamati Dian, Dusty Kine, Ellis Gay, Tino Nino, and so many people. I stand on the shoulders. I've been empowered by these people. I've been encouraged by these individuals. And I said, listen, my young man, it's about time that you step up to this plate. This thing that you've been running away from, it is about time. You have to come on here to resuscitate this organization. And so, as I always say, when I say that as a nephew of the late Siwakana Bon, who's founded this organization, I don't say it to brag. I say it because I want this organization to thrive. I want this organization to stay in place. That's why I always mention his name. As the nephew, biological nephew of Siwakana Bon, I think it's about time that I do come on here to serve our people in time of a crisis. Listen, Prince, our journey ahead is not about unity and progress. That's what we intend to do. And again, I'm truly honored to serve this remarkable organization. Together, we represent a diverse and a vibrant community. I left a message out there, chat room, calling for calm and peace. Our intention is to bring about meaningful changes in this community. We want to bring people together. We want to resuscitate the chapter. And you spoke about as to whether I reached out to Mr. Floyd George. In my career, in my studies, there is something they call the de-escalations. When the tensions are high, you walk away from the scene. And that is the space that I'm trying to give Dr. Floyd George. Right now tensions are high. So when we speak, we will not be able to speak on anything that would make sense. So I'm trying to give him that respite, that time, because maybe he feel that the way he was taken from power, it wasn't fair. But the Constitution is our cornerstone. The Constitution is our backing. The people, the mandate in the people is our backing. So I'm going to give him time because we all need to work together. And I've already started reaching out to people from all across the length and breadth of Minnesota that have diverse view, that we don't agree. I've called Elijah Sampson. I've called Alex Dia. I try to reach out to my brother Free. These are people I haven't seen in the community lately, because my intentions are to bring this community together to resuscitate Minnesota chapter again. Because for too long we've been sleeping, we've been dormant. But we have, like I continue to say, we have some of the best brain, the best and brightest in our community, in this organization, in our union. But because of complacency, because of people not living up to the task, our organization was like a sleeping giant. But today this giant has awakened, and so we want to set it straight. We want to set a record. We want to put in place. We want to put measures in place that will see our organization again being one of the strongest voices in the union.
You talked to Free, Bobby Tudee? Randall Free?
I left a message for Free. Free has not returned my call. Alex Dia called me. We talk. He has a disagreement, and I
was on the phone with Alex, and Alex said you called him, so he had to go, so he left. I want to get his view, so I call people and ask them what the thing is.
I spoke with Elijah. They have their own views. They agree. They think I have a potential to even lead a greater organization. We all agree, but they have the difference. They say that listen, friends, you cannot have 100% of everybody in your union behind you. People have if you do that, then only Jesus Christ can have that kind of followers. So, and I do respect it, but I still want to bring them together because I feel they all have a major role to play if this community, our organization, is going to succeed. So I will continue to reach out to the people. But by the matter of fact, I understand 1 or 2 persons paid to Floyd George concerning the registration fee. I'm calling in this public manner that Floyd George return these people money. I'm going to cover everybody. I'm going to register everybody coming from Minnesota here. As long as you are prepared to go to Kentucky, I will cover your registration fee. All you need to do is to submit your name in our chat room or submit it to our treasurer and secretary. These things will be spread out in the community. You don't need to worry about your fee. If you mistakenly or not mistakenly, if you hastily pay money to Daddy Josh, ask Daddy Josh to give your money back, because you don't need to pay that money. You can use it to buy you a lunch or pay for your hotel fee. I'm going to cover you for your registration fee. So that is my way. That is my gesture. That is my way of saying thank you to our people for imposing the trust in me. So I just want to make that clear. Prince, you are mute. You are mute.
Thank you. Have you asked for extension on the registration process?
Oh yeah.
I think the deadline is 6.
Yeah, everything is with the president, the national. They have everything, and they're working together with the ECOM to see how they can extend our time. So we are hopeful. And then we have already started to. We have a mass meeting this Sunday. We will be electing 2 of our board members to send to that will be acting board members. We'll be electing them again. Democratically, we'll be electing them. Numbers counts. It will be the way by the people, for the people, and by the people. We will be electing our 2 board members that will be sending to the national board. So there, where we are, we're making progress. Time is fast spent. So I will
be bring the president, the national administration. Did you receive any letter from them?
Oh yes, I got a letter from them, and they say the email. We have the email, and they sent a congratulatory. We were on the line today with everybody that's supposed to be on the line, or relevant parties were on the line when they called me and congratulating me. And we also talked to the board, and the board told us what to do and what was okay, and they agree upon everything. So we are on the right track. We are on the right track.
How many people you think were in that meeting, that Sunday meeting?
Prince, the people were over, they were close to 40. They were close to 40. I said, you have some of the documents. I believe you have.
I mean, I got them, but you're speaking now to my audience.
Yeah.
And
So we have almost to, I think, if up to 30, 39 or 38, if I remember well, the documentation. So what happened was that I tried to disseminate the actual writing, the people that signed the name, then the duplicate and the other form, so they can say, oh, you know what, people made up the list, or they just type in people's name. So we have the official form and the people that took the time to write the names and the addresses and the email addresses. So that's where we are. Listen, Prince, I am somebody. Listen, I want to leave a legacy, Prince. I want to be one of the. I'm hoping and I pray to be one of the president that will leave a major imprint on this community. I am willing to work with everybody, but I want to make a major impact. I want people to say it was Bobby Tudee tenure, his short tenure, that this community came together, that Minnesota was awakened again. You know, that's what I want to do, because I know this state got people with potential. All we want to do is to extend and helping in to our people. You know, we want to bring this community, because these things are therapeutic. When people come together and you meet your colleagues, you meet your peers, you sit together, you drink, you have or you share bread together. That alone will kind of bring you or renew hope. That, you know what, I still got people in this community. We have our older people here look up to us. But for some reason,
that's what my next question. You talk all these guys you talk about reaching out to. There are young people down there. I know my voice, you know, these old man, most of our old man in the Park Haven over there. You can't just reach out to young folks and don't include the old folks. In Minnesota, we got the old people, our elderly, and they attend our meetings. Have you gone through the process of you gotten the names or even trying to get to them?
Prince, I don't need these people that. You remember when I was doing my immigration program, when I was doing my immigration startup, my political startup, all these people were in that place there. These old man and one of their knees, they say, you can't send about bad. I remember these people well. From my voice, you know, to all the people there. And we have so many people to reach out to. We have our brother Arthur Kana. Unfortunately, one of our president. We are plans, modalities are on the way to reach to every individual in this community. That's why we got some of the best and brightest on our team. We got people who are willing to work, who will be able to reach out. So we will do everything. In Prince, you will see in the short period of time, you will see our effort. Because we want, first of all, we want to come to Kentucky in full force. Our presence will be we are coming to Kentucky in full force. Minnesota is, listen, change is here. Change is here. I can guarantee you that change has come back to Minnesota. And I'm not saying it in order to brag tonight, but we needed this. We needed this change. Listen, I want to say thank you to our brother Floyd George. Floyd George has done carry out a monumental job for someone to hold on. Friends, it is disturbing. So for someone to hold on to the chapter money for almost 7 years, and I'm getting evidence that this money is still there. People are assuring me that the money, we need to find a time and give this brother his flowers. We're not going to leave him out. So George, by the way, is a relative of mine. So we need to get him flowers. We want you to commit despite some of his flaws. But the fact that he kept our money, he needs to be given his flowers. God. Oh, man. something bothering you? Okay.
Hello. Hello. Is it still grinding? Hello. Bobby, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What making a note at all?
Is it still grinding?
No, it's clear now.
The thing will hack.
Bobby, you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you. What making a note at all?
You hear me?
It's clear now. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Moshe Gary can come back on.
I'm also coming with that noise.
Somebody will come in. Boo, you know, I sent a link to Boo. I sent a link to Gibson, Jeru.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I want to send a link to Mr. David Nyanu Jr. or Senior. I think David Nyanu is a senior. David Nyanu is a senior.
Junior.
He the junior?
Yeah, but I don't know be the senior.
No, the Pape Jiranyayu, Pape Jiranayu, the you know the men is junior and senior. They begin get one baby that wow. He made my grandma. They begin to be our next president.
Oh yeah, the man he has the potential.
Yeah,
the men are right.
I will support him when I see him.
Look at young progressive.
Yeah, the men are progressive. The men need to start from the youth chairman.
The man got a youth chairmanship already. Don't worry about that thing.
Yeah, from there now, then the man when he won't be president, then will support the man.
Prince, as you are aware, let me land the plane. When I started the show, I told you that I stand on the shoulders of giants. Imagine people will produce 2 national presidents from the state of Minnesota, Abu Gashaka, Timon Collins.
1 minute, Bobby. Grialin. You can check your mail when somebody send you mail. The link is in this particular Grialin where you're using. Check in the team, Pape. What you asking that you spend your car, load in the Grialin. I just send it in to you. I send it to you before I send it to Mercy. Who are the shoulders of those people? Kamati DNA.
I'm talking. Listen, that only 2 parties.
Must they kind? That is Bamu.
National. I'm telling you. You think about this community. Only 2 parties broke down. I misspoke down there. That broke the camel's back. We're all.
So you're talking about?
I'm talking about Timon Collins. When Timon Collins can get the historicity of our problem in Minnesota, it was a done deal.
So you thought Taino, you brought him in there that day?
Taino, was on his mission keen to, disseminate information that will be having their article, their inauguration. So he came to, to his.
So it's a coincidence. They will say
very coincidental. It was coincidental, and we're happy to see him. I work with that guy. When he left, I became the vice president, and even was our president. So he's a big brother. I look up to all the guys then for guardians, and that's what I'm gonna do, Prince.
And they are helping you through the process.
Yes, I'm getting there. I'm picking in the brains to see how best I can run this organization. I talk to this guy on a daily basis. That's what
you
I
mean
want
run this organization? Which not the 3 months they gave you? Or you
Oh,
still got
yes.
big plans?
Prince.
Will
I
you
have the
Bobby, will we see you on the ballot?
Prince. I
Bobby,
can't
will
listen.
we see you on the ballot? Because June something, they gave you up to June. And
Prince,
by
as
that
of
time,
now,
after that, we'll have election there. I'll be there by the grace of God. Will we see the picture of Bobby Tudee on the ballot? That
Prince,
will be your second time now if it happens.
thank you very much, Prince. This is a very good question. But the thing is that right now, I have the mandate of the people to operate in the time frame of 3 months. So that is something to talk about another day. Maybe if the people deem it fit, they say, oh, listen, you're doing a good job. We want you to do something. Then it's something that I have to process and think about, because I have other preoccupations that I have to. But my thing right now is to get the ball rolling, is to get Minnesota back on track to steady the ship, to appoint the ECOM, our election commission, and see how we can go forward. So what you are saying right now, I mean, it's something that I don't have right now on my plate. My thing is to how to bring this organization together, and we have election to elect a new member that will carry forward. So to say, oh, Bobby, my name, I don't know.
Reach out to the legs of Jessica Jerry.
No, unfortunately, I have not reached out to my sister. But these are
I said, will you?
Oh, definitely. The likes of
Zaza.
Eggy Zaza,
Yvonne Vlay.
I've spoken to Yvonne already. I've spoken to Yvonne. I called Muna Babe, but she hasn't returned my call. I know she's
man Aaron Toro Zilli.
I haven't spoken to Aaron Toro.
Michael Zilli. I'm giving you names now.
Michael Zilli moved to okay, sorry. No, I haven't heard about Michael in a while in the community. So you gave me good names.
I mean Tadibo. That's what I'm talking about. Tadibo.
I haven't heard from Tadibo in a while, but I'll talk to
DZ. What DZ stay on it?
Dennis, I can't say for sure, but for some reason, when I put him in the chat room, I saw he removed himself. But that does not mean that he's not with me. But maybe he doesn't want to be, because sometimes we put a word in there. Every time somebody you type, it will be kind of ringing you and you get in trouble with your phone. So I can't say where Dennis is. But then Dennis has been my friend forever. So I'm pretty sure Dennis will want to work with me. I have a place for everybody. We want the thing. This is for everybody. This is not for me. Prince, listen. I haven't even reached out to say Bernice Galley. Prince, look at the amount of people that are sitting on their hands, but because of some of the way we operate in the community, the disrespect.
Give us say
Bernice Galley. Says Bernice Galley. I've talked to Cynthia. Cynthia says she think about it, but Cynthia guys, she told me, Bobby, I want to come, but I'm afraid for any little child to disrespect me or just tell me anything anyhow. Some of these people are shy. And that's why I say everybody's words will be valued. Everybody will be listened to. Everybody will be respected.
The man, Yoma Galley.
Hey, better JD Vance is the I said JD Vance. I called Nehemiah JD Vance because JD Vance is the vice president. So obviously the guys will be on board. We are hoping that they will join the better in this fight, so we can study this ship to better shows. So that's where we are. Okay, so we produced leadership before, the likes of Timon Collins, Kamate. These are people with potential. Their names they serve on the national level. These are people with experience, and you think they're happy to sit around to see Minnesota crumble? They're not happy. So that what most of them, I have the support. Because
I didn't receive a call from the board chairman.
Oh, I've spoken with the board. I've spoken with the board chairman for a couple of times now. I've spoken with Derry, the secretary. And
Moses Ryan.
No, I have not spoken with him.
Eric Korn.
No, I have not spoken with.
They will press you. You.
No, listen. But that's what it's about. We want transparency, and these are all.
Papa will press you. Oh, that Bobby picking here who are telling us they were dancing the devil that he don't want. You bring it, let go. Look at it.
Prince, let me tell you something. To show that these people want the organ. The names. Look at people that have endorsed me today or be endorsing me. These are people that have disagreement with, fights, major fights. I'm telling you, people that they like to eat a poor. Even my own brother that endorsed me all the way from Liberia today.
Alex Bamo.
The last, even Ellis Dia. These are people that have fought to the nail. I even had to grow my own people that come out there. Tano Nina, Dr. Kain. I one time I even ripped a paper from disrespectfully ripped a paper. Something I disagree with
Dusty, yeah.
I ripped it from him, but this person, listen, we are tired. We need a new page. But because why? It's not that they hate Josh, they hate Floyd Josh, because they love this community, they want the community to thrive. They are looking at the bigger picture. They're not looking about what little infights that we have. They say, you know what happened, Bobby? Because you fought with us, you're disrespectful. So my begin, we're not giving you a chance to lead this organization.
I saw Dusty kind there, and I saw
it was Dusty who inducted me into office. We have had our shared disagreement, but the community need to move on. They play a utilitarian role. I always going to sing the one song, the particular principle, utilitarianism, the greater good for the greater amount of people. They are not looking at themselves. They're not looking about. They're not harboring resentment. They want their community to thrive, and so they came out in the numbers. And I have the mandate, and it is on me now to tell them that I can do it, and I can do it by myself, because I will always call upon them. I will always seek their guardians, because that's what we want to do. Prince, I am one person that people fail. It's good to fail sometimes, but I just hate failure, Prince. So I'm hoping by the grace of God, I will do a good job. God first. I pray that I will leave a legacy that when time comes tomorrow, they will point to my children or my grandchildren and say it was because of this man, this community came together. That is my hope, and that is my prayer. Okay?
Bobby, I will give you 2 minutes. Speak to your people of Minnesota.
So again, my good people.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So again, I'm truly honored to stand before you, our community, Minnesota, the rest of the union, to lead this remarkable organization. Okay. Today, we represent a diverse and a vibrant community, rich with very good potential. Okay. And driven by a shared vision for a better future. My deepest gratitude goes out to each of you for your trust and confidence in my leadership. Our journey ahead is one of unity and progress. And it is essential that we come together, embracing our differences as a strength, and work collaboratively, okay, towards the welfare of our entire leadership and membership. Our commitment is to be inclusive and mutual support. That will be the cornerstone of our effort. We will ensure that every voice is heard and that every member feels valued. Okay? This leadership will bring about meaningful change by focusing on initiatives that foster growth, opportunity, and empowerment. We will implement programs that will not only address immediate needs of our people, but also lay the groundwork for sustainable development. Through open dialogues and innovative solutions, we will tackle the challenges we face and turn them into opportunities for collective sources. Let us move forward with determination and hope, confident that our united effort will create a thriving and resilient community. Together, we will build a legacy of positive change for generations to come. So I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to lead this noble organization. And together, we will make it successful. And this is a body or leadership of all hands on deck. No one will be left behind. We will continue to seek our people, whether you disagree or agree. We will continue to reach out because we are one people. This organization is a family-based organization. There is no need to have a resentment or have a ill feelings against one another. We need to come together in our numbers to make our people happy. Friends, you don't know how many people that look up to this organization when you go back home. Grand Judah organization is the aspirations of thousands of Grand Judahs back home. That little hope that they have people somewhere that can reach out to them. It is the aspiration. It is the hope. So we need to represent, to live out to the true meaning of these people. We need to do that. Okay. So
okay, Bobby. Thank you very much for talking to your people.
All right.
You know that state that's my hometown, and when there's progress in our town, we feel happy. Even my man Mansfield, I'm trying to talk to Edith, President Edith Poir to give or some kind of a membership role in the GGAA Mansfield group. I hope you listen to me, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm listening, Prince.
You listen to the video of
Prince. I just saw something from our president emeritus, Mr. Timon Collins. He said all in 3 months, Bobby. So I just wanted to address this quick, Prince. So the thing is, this is what's going on.
Mr. Collins, Bobby, wait 1 minute. Mr. Collins, Bobby want to contest. He will run. They gave him 3 months. After the 3 months, we see Bobby on the pitch, on the ballot. Bobby turned to politician now.
Listen, Prince.
You're not going. You're not giving injection again. The man are politician now. So
Prince,
we'll see Bobby. We'll see Bobby on the ballot. So after the 3 months, Bobby will win, and if he will contest, he will probably win. And don't forget now, Bobby can blow you. He hawks. So actually, he will gain a couple of votes.
So, President, I want to address the president.
Man, I already addressed the president for you.
No, what that's that. But running, the thing says it says something. All within 3 months. What I want to say, President, was that I had the mandate of the people. They gave me the option that listen, you do what you can do. We trust you. You can do it within 3 months. If the time is not feasible, you can come back to us and ask for an extension. That's what I wanted to tell the president. So we are working within 3 months time frame. That's our goal. That is our objective. So if we're for some reason or for some unforeseen situation that we will not get to the 3 months and the 3 months will be too short, then we'll get back to the body to see if they can extend the time. But we are positive. We are working to within the time for 3 months. So we're hoping to get that. But if anything changes, we will
go back for the people to give you extension.
Exactly.
So Bobby, you listen to the video.
What video?
You listen to. He's going to be your colleague now. You guys are colleagues. Because you're a president now. He's also a chapter president. He made the video and calling upon all the chapters leaders to not recognize you. Yeah. And to me, let's be real, I don't like the warnings from the brother. Well, I want you to let me play so you can listen to it.
Okay.
Then I'll ask you a question from there.
That we all are putting together in this community. It's Minnesota. I speak to you as your chapter president, as a chapter president from the state of Michigan. I'm asking all chapter presidents to think about this. There are few handful of Grangidians, maybe 5 or 6, gathered together in Minnesota, decided that, look, they disagree with the chapter president, Mr. George Floyd, and they decided that, look, he is no more a sitting president. And they are waiting to be recognized or approved by the board and the administration. We understand who is behind this. We got it. Let me say this to every single chapter president. If you accept that 4 or 5 people or whatever numbers can come together because they disagree with you for whatever reason, because what is going on in Minnesota is personal and it's about this election. So if they can come together and remove you and do the same, it means that the Grand Jury Association is done. That means that if 4 or 5 people sit down, they don't like you for no reason, have a meeting and say you're no more president, and they send a letter to the national or the board, that means you know more president, then what good is Grand Jury Association? I'm asking all chapter president, just because it's in Minnesota, that don't mean you immune from that. It can happen to you. And as a sitting chapter president for Michigan, I condemn this to the 40th. I would never work with any human being in Minnesota except the leadership headed by George Floyd. And I'm calling on all chapter presidents to do the same. And this is going to the national. Please do not even attempt to have a discussion with whosoever called itself interim leadership. It's unconstitutional, it's wrong, it had a propensity to derail the peace in our community. And that includes this election. We are calling upon you, Madam President, to condemn that to the 40th. We will not recognize anybody except George Floyd. If they want to remove him, there's a way in which to do that. Not right now. And not the way in which the claim is right. To my chapter president, do not say, I did not warn you. I'm calling upon you to look at this. If they can accept that, they will accept it for you. So don't say because it's in Minnesota, it can happen here. There are people in your chapter don't like you. So they can gather together and remove you the same. Because if the national accept, then that means they will have to accept what happened in Philadelphia, what happened in Kentucky. They will accept that. I know in this state, Michigan, it would never happen on my watch. So, to the national board, you have the right now to stop this. This about the boss. If you cannot stop that, I'm afraid that the peace, the little peace that we are enjoying today in this community will be destroyed. I can see it will be the end of Grand Jury Association. I'm calling on all Grand Juryans to condemn.
You heard the man, it will be the end of Grand Jury. They should condemn your state. He calling on local chapters, leaders, and all Grand Juryans to condemn your state. This is the president you're going to work with. He call you guys human beings. I feel that's a disrespectful way to refer to your fellow Grand Juryans that you want to take vote from. Support these guys who signed this document. 58 people on my list that I got here that you all signed that night. Will he not go back and campaign to these people? I'm just kind of. I mean, and he's talking and he's doing his hand like this to his fellow, a chapter president from another chapter. Is what's your take, Bobby?
Just to share a little joke, these are the offspring of the PRC-led government. So for some reason, maybe DNA. But listen, I respect the young man. He's a hardworking young man. But it is sad that somebody who calls themselves a leader will come on here and threaten people who govern this organization, threaten the national with finger swinging, and threaten the national board. These people that can make decisions over there and get rid of you. These are the people you are threatening and you're trying to humiliate. It is so sad. But Prince, there is something peculiar. There's something peculiar, ironic, and double dealing that I see here. On the one hand, these guys are they're so panicking about the state of Minnesota affairs, but for some reason, similar situation happened in the United States. But they're not focused on that states. One of the largest states in below Canada, Texas, Alaska is the largest state, but the other states, Texas the second. They're not worried about Texas, but for some reason, there is something peculiar about Minnesota. So I don't know, was there some motive? Why are they so worried about Minnesota? Is there something that they're worried about Bobby Tudee coming to make a change? Because this guy is a straightforward guy, or was there some plan or an ulterior motive? I don't know why the guys are so worried about Minnesota. But we will leave that discussion for another day. But the thing is, these are the things we are talking about. People vetting people before they can be given a chance. You know, the likes of Otavio Gamons, they want to force themselves within the leadership. Over the last 2 months, we've seen the arrogance, the uncontrollable behavior, the verbal outbursts of uncontrollably say things to people, the disrespect. It is grand jury who's going to judge this man. I am not on the ballot. The people here on here tonight, they're calling other people your compatriots, calling your peers, you're calling them, you're waving your finger, you're calling them human being. I'm not the one who's going to judge him. The ballot board will judge him. We've seen the temperament. But we've seen his temperament over the last 2 months, you know, and attacking people, attacking females, and saying all kind of derogatory things. And the sad part is that these people, that's why when I speak, sometimes they say, "Oh, my man, you like too much academics." I'm not going to talk on it. People have to understand the Constitution. You want to lead this organization, you don't understand the Constitution, that you cannot serve more than 2 terms in office. That this young man, he served our community for more than 7 years. He was serving illegitimately. But because of the family value and the family-based orientation that we have, we kept in there to say, listen, we'll guide you until we can find a solution to this thing. And when the people got fed up, because of the same temperament and arrogance, attacking our ladies, attacking reputable and hardworking individuals that Vivian down on here, and you expect the community to sit back and not do something? You expect us for this community to be dormant forever? We are going to go to convention again when we come back again, and when we're calling the individual to come and see how we can put things in place, and he will not listen to all, and he will be telling us that he's busy. You want to keep? You think you can keep? You
So
think
Bobby,
you can?
I listen. You
I'm
listen.
let me learn this plan. You think you can keep Minnesota down? The kind of potential that's in this community, you think you can keep it down forever? No, this is no joke. When it comes to this organization, when it comes to Granger, we don't play. We don't play. And again, change has come to Minnesota. Change is here. And you guys will see this thing. It will come to the fore. That I can guarantee you. Because I have the people, the able-bodied men, people with potential, people with brains, people with experience. I'm surrounded by all these people. And I know we're going to make we're going to have a positive impact on this community.
You listen to him. He said it's not the time to change your leaders in Minnesota. What's the right time? Is he?
You tell me, after the membership, including influential individual, and is going to have called this man on numerous and uncountable times for this man to come and study the affairs, even though his tenure has expired. So what you want to keep us? You want to keep us?
But he said it's not the right time. What is the right time?
That question is for you, Prince. Call him and ask him. What is there any rightful time for the battle to make decision? There is no time. We don't have time.
Grialing. Why you can't click on the thing and come here and the way we're talking so you can be here? He said, "Ha, papi." So when I see I can set it up on your phone. You click the thing. No. I'm not speaking. No, we are.
What man, papi, daddy, man, papi.
Man, I don't brabi yo man.
I brabi yo as a papi.
Special car. Go no grialing. He won't call him. Call him, Mr. Car.
So you listen, Prince. It was I think it was a fatal mistake from the brother. Listen, that's why I tell people.
Don't they have advisors?
That what I'm saying. It was a fatal mistake from the brother to to just feel that.
Call the number 952-200-8420 or Grialing, so I can make you those. Have your say.
You think you can keep this community below water? You cannot, because there are people here. It was
so
just
the way he was speaking like this, like a military style. We're in a democratic community. You speak to your people, you relax, and you speak to your. I put a number for you to call. Then you calling me on Facebook. Hey man. Let me give you the number, man. Get the number here. Let me give it to you. The number is on the screen. You not called it phone here before. And Bobby, I'm not trying to be targeting the man, the young president here. But to me, I thought that video was not necessary, was not called for. He has a versus.
Praise, before you go on, let me say something. Listen, I'm not afraid to debate anybody. I want you to send a link to the man. Let's debate the issues. I want to debate the issue before the people of Grand Judah. I want to let's speak to the people. Give him the opportunity. Let him come on here. Let debate the issue.
I've sent a link to him since I've been sharing the link. So when I send the link, Mr. Grialin, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prince. Listening to your interview tonight, maybe probably I'm not coming on the way to my bed. But first of all, I respect that I'm a papi for real. I'm above 57. So I just want to let you know that I'm of age. Thank you very much.
No, I call you Babi and Papi and all the kind of things.
Because I'm an old man. I have 3 grandkids. I ain't got no ego like that. Let me tell anybody on the show tonight.
You're not older than Vasco, man.
No, we can blow. So what I want to say,
you're not older than Vasco Williams.
You see what I want to say tonight? You see Bobby Tudee? He shall be elected president into the interim president. You don't know what the people are looking at. Mr. Bobby Tudee is qualified to be a president for that chapter. But why the people talk about tonight? And Gilmore is speaking. I'm not backing Gilmore. I'm not part of I'm not part of the chapter presidency. But Graduate Association is early for division. Let me be real with you. Trust me and may not believe it. The same thing that broke out this organization with Fred Weir, with Menya, is coming again. It's right around the corner. Believe me or not, but watch and see. But what I'm saying, other people who are endorsed, Mr. Bobby Tudee should have been elected president. Bobby Tudee is qualified.
Let me ask you a question. The same way we get interim president in Minnesota, they get interim president in Michigan, they get interim president in Texas. They get the same 3 weeks. Wrong. They get interim. They have interim leaders. Yeah. They do. Minnesota had interim leader. Your president in your state. I will finish with. I will give you the time. Your president in your state is interim president.
Well, Tudee was removed.
But that's the same. Yeah. So somebody when he was removed, your chapter split. That's the same way. So then why you don't want to respect Minnesota when they voted and the other guy out too?
No, listen. What we're looking at right now, the team want transparency.
You're not answering my question, man, Mr. Carr. The same process Gian Tudee was happy when they removed him?
No, you were not happy.
Your city split?
Our city split.
So why you think Mr. Floyd spent 7 years since 2018, and that presidents in those states are 2 years, and the people called a meeting, and your city did not split. Houston, Texas had the same online where they went online, and then they changed the president. They got interim. When I finish, then you understand how we're talking now. I'm giving you instances on state that did not split. So why you think that only Minnesota alone split?
Okay, because those people in Minnesota, I don't want to say they are impotent in terms of they were not functional to find the constitutional guideline to operate with John Floyd. John Floyd is not being enough to be the president for life. 7 years, that was too long. So they should have had election. They should have put an election guidelines. They got a vote. Their vote was impotent. The vote was not functional. The vote was not even cooperating. The charter was dead. In John Floyd administration, the way I look at it, the Bobby Tudee sat down there with all the educational mentality they had. We will know, we respect them. I come from Minnesota. Where are you from? And they sat down there, and the people that are even having election, John Floyd was leaving their organization 7 years. That was unconstitutional. But I just want to tell you that the I don't think that work with the Graduate Association, man. Let me be real with you. You may not like it, but it's very, very much bad. I'm just saying that. I'm looking at something that coming again.
Nothing coming.
Everybody has supporters. But I want you to know that any man who wants to interim, let me join Floor right now. I met Joy Floor, and I met him where at the wake keeping of our little sister who would like to rest, and you were mad. And you talk about people contributing money, and people were asking for their contribution. And yet Mr. Bobby Tudee is saying that you will pay back people money, and somebody going even more. That's fine. But what I'm saying here is Nigeria is not getting nowhere. Besides the interim thing, we want to make sure that Nigeria.
How many interim thing you know about? So don't your country Liberia have interim president, and therefore they have election. So they have to have interim to set it up for election. It happens. Interim is the legal that I see where either 1 year on white ballot, and you felt that white ballot was the first time you're hearing white ballot. And white ballot, the white ballots everywhere. It happens when you don't have a competitor.
A web ballot giving almost 100,000 for us. Some not even happy with the web ballot team, but today our money secure.
We want to make this thing. We want to make this thing genuine. We want to make this organization to move forward. We don't want no division in this organization. But I just pray that thing, what we're doing right now, the interim thing, should not bring the splitting of the organization.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. When I see, I will set you and show you how you can get online.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Prince, I just want to say thank you to the Big Brother. I know the Big Brother, these guys were people that we follow when we were coming on his radio.
The Big Brother, you were friend with one of your brothers.
Yeah, that's my brother, Harry Tudee Jr. Harry Tudee Jr. in New York. That's my older brother.
I saw them in Gigolo. They had a barber shop in Gigolo.
Right.
You and your brother. Yeah.
Right.
Because your brother have come from Monrovia. Papa David to a place. Yeah. Then when I saw him in Georgia in Gigolo, I said, "Oh, I know the Bobby from Monrovia."
So yeah. So he's an older brother, and I respect his view, But the thing is that my brother, there is no trouble. We pray. I'm not God, but I'm hopeful that there's not going to be any trouble because we talk to most of the stakeholders. Most of the stakeholders, like 90%, 95% of them agree with our mandate. The people want change, and besides, you have to look at the Constitution. What fight does the floor judge has? What case does he have? Does he have to say, "Oh yeah, I'm coming"? No, the man tenure expire, and our brother has been saying all over the place that he's tired. He want to relinquish power. He want to turn over power. So where will he come from now to say, "Oh, you know what? And I want to fight this"? When you're fight, but you have to have a case to fight. You have to have a case for people to stand up to join you. There is no case for our brother to fight. And Floor George this is a family-based organization. Floor George and I will have some relationship. So I'm not here to attack Floor George. Floor George did some good things for the organization. But the fact that he exceeded his tenure and he wasn't calling meeting and he wasn't able to call 2 or 3 person meeting. Listen, to be a leader, my brother, you have to have some influence. You have to be able to impact people. You have to be able to convince people. If you lost that ability to bring people together, then it's about time you step aside. If you can't call meeting for 3 persons to come, then what's the essence of staying? The day it got to the point that I'm calling meeting, Prince, and only 5 persons coming there, only Julie coming to the meeting, or Judy boys coming to the meeting, then what's the essence of staying around? I would say, listen, you come. We need to schedule or organize an election so somebody else will take over. You said that you've called meeting on numerous occasions and people are not coming to the meeting. Why you think people are not coming to the meeting?
Bobby, one Conglo is on here too. Christopher Hamill, another Conglo.
Okay.
When I saw Christopher face, I thought I ordered the man. One time I called the man Piggy and said, "No, that man I ordered."
Oh no, that man.
I saw him in Philadelphia to the Beaumont Bridge. I said, "Oh no, the man I want to."
That people then that the men are only center.
No, they get old, man.
The people then are only the center of Zredju. The triangle, the men living right behind the triangle, right behind the statue. That the people that own that place. That the men that run the Hammons. That the people that run that place, that whole area. Total boys. I think there were over 8 or 9. The Hammons. They run that area. That when say Alexander Yala, Jerome Gaure, Christopher Hammond, Opa Yense, Stanley Flan, When they say congruent, these are the congruent. I might not need the other one at that level tonight.
The benefit, they didn't say a central partner.
No. No.
Bobby Christopher Hammer.
So the man, that's my buddy. Big football player, big soccer player. He got his party. Me, I'm a Silesian, and he got his party. So we
Man, the man say with ANC.
ANC.
They get them 1%. The man, I think he resigns from ANC now.
Let's stick to the issue that let's all work together though. I mean, you're a member of Minnesota, Prince. You're one of the backbone of Minnesota. I know for some reason maybe you want to play, you want to be objective and stay in between. But I know you're happy about the change. I know that you want to see the community thriving. I know that you want to see the organization moving forward. Because
remember when I beat you 1 vote?
Yeah, because I didn't show off, Prince.
Yeah, I'm sorry about beat. What is sure? I put you to sleep. I used some voodoo on you. The man did not go to the play and the kind of team won the man 1 vote.
Can you imagine a small state of Kentucky today? They're doing way better than Minnesota chapter. These people, when the president called for meeting, you guys are together. Your phones are secure. Even Iowa and come. They used to be called Minnesota Iowa chapter. But where is Iowa today? The way ahead of us. We are tracking behind. So change is here.
Let's listen to the sister. Another caller, Sister York.
Yes, hi, Mr. Towa.
Yeah.
Hi, Bobby Tole.
How you doing, Mama? Who's speaking?
This is Zuo York.
Zuo York.
Okay.
Yes, so I wanted to ask, anyway, congratulations to you, Bobby, and congratulations to the chapter of Minnesota. But my question is, those people that are calling out, they are calling from out. Are those in your chapter complaining, or they are just us that are complaining?
Thank you. Very good question, Mama. Very good question. So far, nobody have come out to say, oh, they're not happy. The only person that I talked to that said, oh, the way the thing went about, it was too hasty, was my brother Elijah Sampson and my other friend, Mr. Alex Dia. They said they're happy that change has come to the chapter, but maybe we should have done it in another form. But after we asked them, how you guys wanted to go about this thing here? The man his thing has expired, and we lay out everything. What you guys expected us to do? We told them everything. They couldn't answer the question. But again, you can't have 100%, and you have to respect other people's views, whether they agree with you or not. So nobody have ever come out to say, oh, the other views, oh, we were not happy. I know some of our elders in the community tried to flood George, and all he said was that people want to eat money. People want to eat money. People want to eat money. So if people want to eat money, you get the money to the board and eat it. Be on them. It shouldn't be on you. Because as far as I'm concerned, these people that you are accusing, these are reputable individuals in this community that are working.
Talk to Elijah Sampson. You're not happy with the process, and Cheddar Dia.
He said, he was happy about change,
but he wanted to change for the way the process went.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Mr.
And I said to that while with a question, you're giving ample time, and then they
noise that comes from out. Those that in your state are the one you rooted. You are not rooting those that are outside. So I want you to focus on your people in your state and make peace with your people and see how you can bring the organization to
Oh yeah.
Those that are outside there, they are just talking. They don't live in your state, because if they were living in your state, it might be a concern. But they are outside. They are not in your state. So I want you to focus on building your chapter and see how you can move forward. That's my advice to you.
Thank you, Mama.
Focus so much on people that don't live in your chapter that want to rule how you rule your chapter. No, just focus on your people and make sure you listen to your people, because now you leading the people, you have to listen to them. So I encourage you to listen to your people, not listen to too much outsider that don't live in your chapter and want to tell you how to live, how to rule your people. Listen to your people and rule them the way they want you to rule them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mama, and thanks for the inspiring message. I appreciate it. That's well taken.
Hey, bro, what's up?
I'm good.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Confle.
Okay. I just want to add my little 1 cent or 2. I think Floyd George himself was already tired. But nobody want to replace him, so he was just going with the flow. I don't even think Floyd George has a problem with this. Because I spoke to George Floyd.
His name is Floyd George. Floyd George.
Floyd George. I spoke with Floyd George at the repast in Iowa. He invited me to the meeting. He invited me because Floyd George invited me to a meeting. I left straight to that place, straight to the meeting ground. So I don't know where it changed. Or in fact, at some point, people were worried. They hope he's safe because they know that on the ground, everybody will come to the meeting. I don't know where it changed his mind. And he have overstayed, my people. They tell me to. If the people that kept me there for the remaining 3 years, 3 terms or whatever, if the people say, we're moving you yet, see Floyd George making any noise, we got Floyd George noise now. They need us somebody to take him in. So they let move forward and start talking about things that is not happening in Minnesota. Minnesota, okay, we have had so many drama here. With the Aggie group and the other group, and we tried to come together. The people that were in that room that day, in that hall that day, they were excited just to know that they got their organization jump starting again. So yeah, they found different conversations. Everybody said it fine. That Minnesota, that the iron, how you call it, the iron thing for the union, that one of the iron hands for the union, we got to bring it back to the place it's supposed to be.
Okay.
I see Mr. President, just be encouraged. Continue with your arms around you. Do it like you know it, brother.
Thank you.
Brother, not a pastor. Do it like you know it, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was a lady out of Minnesota. Let's call and then go stand flying, and then our sister D. Then we're gonna go and close this stuff. Fly. Yeah, 1 minute, okay? 1 minute.
Hello?
Okay. Let her hear from Standing Fly and hear some Sister D.
Congratulations.
Call your name, please. Hello?
Congratulating you.
Oh, Elaine. Thank you, mommy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm so happy that Minnesota is going to be back on track because for a long time, you guys, it's the largest state with more Grenadians, and that chapter been there for a long time. And you know, everything has down. And thank God the time has come for you guys to go back together.
Okay, you done? Standing Fly, go ahead.
Thank you, Prince, and I want to say good evening to everybody watching tonight, and thanks to my comrade Bobby as well. At first, when I heard that the leadership in Minnesota has been changed and Bobby was heading it, and the faction in which it happened, I was one of those who were referring to it as a military junta style leadership. But after Bobby have taken the steps to get all the major stakeholders involved in Minnesota during this interim period leading to elections, I think he has demonstrated a good signs of leadership. But one other concern I'm having here to my comrade Bobby is that as a leader, I think you will be faced with challenges going ahead because Minnesota, it was reported in Minnesota that the registration, the amount was very exorbitant, and people were thinking about ways of reducing that amount to at least $20 or $25. And with this change of leadership, the question on the minds of most people is that it's politically motivated in the sense that the interim leadership, majority of them are said to be sympathizers and supporters of the poor team. So how do you go ahead convincing people who have this doubt that the leadership is predominantly poor?
You got the better question?
Yeah, I got it. Very, very good question, Stanley. Very good question.
So then listen now. I got the phone and listen to the brother. Yeah, the phone on Facebook.
Okay. All right, thanks.
So you see, first of all, maybe I'll let me litigate this problem again. Floyd George calling for $120. He never had he doesn't have the mandate to do that. We all were doing this thing because we wanted peace and a peaceful transition, but we knew that Floyd George has outlived his term. So when he isn't a legitimate leader to be calling for 120, first of all, that was against his mandate. So the people decided. And when you see an outcry of your people, listen, people going to Kentucky, it's a long journey. Some people will be driving, some people will be flying. That money can do a lot for our people. So the people decided. That was not the major factor. You have no right to even call for or propose anything. So as a smart individual, know your tenure has expired. When the person say, "Oh, let's do this," you come to the middle. Even if you don't want to do the 1 minute, the person say, "Okay, listen, I was part of the part of the board, so let's come to the middle. The 120 you are calling for, let me retain $50 so people can afford, so they don't have some change on the side in the package, so they can be able to go to, because people are traveling. They will need to book hotels and things. They will need food to eat. Not everybody love to eat the people place, or not everybody going to eat that one cow people. So if you calculate, if you look at the bare minimum, every Nigerian going to that place is going to spend a bit, like the least will be $1,000. Because if you remove the hotel fee, the rental car, and maybe you even start with somebody, the food and transportation and all the things, the bare minimum each Nigerian will pay will be $1,000 going to that place. So if you can alleviate or ameliorate the burden of these people to make it $50, that would be a great impact. But our brother, he couldn't listen. But to cut our matter short, we resolved that. I'm the president now. So my way of saying thank you is, listen, all your expensive, all the turmoil you guys went through, I will cover your registration fee, because I want everybody, whether you are for Floyd, whether you are for a Gilman, or whether you are for Ipoa. My thing is, I'm looking for a way to bring this community together. So I don't even care who sent who. When you have your name, send your name forward, and you will be covered, and your name will be submitted to the ECOM and the national administration, so that you'll be able to vote. So there's got nothing to do that particular issue of registration fee. Now this is already covered. People are covered. I'm going to do that personally. That's my way of saying thank you to our people, because I want everybody to go over there and be able to vote.
Bobby, they say you're acting to eat that much, man. I'll call the fee. I'll call day. I'll call it. They get diamond money.
Prince, when
because
God
that black guy diamond money from South Africa, he acting not African again.
Prince, when God gave you the little helping hand, and God give you the opportunity to help people, when you have the little helping hand, I think the reason
here want to ask a question.
Yeah, okay. So I think the reason some of the reason that when we're in Africa, praying every day on our needs and our little Bible in our pocket for all to get visa to come to America, was how when we come to America, we'll be a helping hand to our people. So the fact that we are here now, and God gave a little opportunity, we're in the position to help our people. Why should we hold back, Prince? If I have the
let me hear from Zopole. Zopole, ask your question, please.
Okay. Hello. My name is Zopole from Indiana chapter.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that Mr. Dr. George online tonight. I wanted to ask him, and congratulations to cousin Bobby,
Thank
to
you,
the
Mama.
whole family. But my thing here is that how they came out with that $120 payment? Why is it that they wait until election time to charge people like $120? Because the reason why I say that is I don't think it's only Minnesota chapter that's doing that. For example, Sis Eva wanted me to ask to get the number for the New York chapter and the president. So I called the guy yesterday to ask like what was the requirement to be able to vote, and he told me that they charge him $120. So I asked, I said, well, how you came up with that $120? He said, well, it's election time right now, so if you don't pay your due a year ago or 2 years ago, you just have to pay that $120 if you want to vote. So it was a little bit confusing because I think the leadership should find some type of way to raise money to have program like a barbecue or anything that would generate money to bring to the cover. They don't have to wait for election time to charge people.
But people have to pay the membership due to now. Every month you pay $5
they have to
or
find
$10.
strategy to get the money. Because
Well, that's a strategy down the people fund. That's a strategy. You pay your thing and
but
vote.
in my opinion, that is not a good thing. You don't wait until 2 years to collect $120. You have your members, they should have a database to have each and every member in the chapter phone number. And I believe they have a treasurer. They have a mobilizer committee chairperson. They can mobilize, they can do fundraising, or they can even contact those members each 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks, you will get paid here every 2 weeks. Why you can't remind them? Find a way to raise funds. And I believe if they find a strategy how to get the member then to pay, they will not have to wait for election time to generate that money. I don't think it's fair on the members then. I don't think so.
Okay.
So they need to refrain for that. Let them find different strategies.
Other states are paying different fees anyway. Our state pay $50 here. Minnesota now we getting $10. Iowa we getting $30.
Yesterday they make the member to pay $120.
So they got money. They in New York, so maybe they are in New York. Everything expensive over there in New York, so maybe. But our state here, where we won the meeting with the president, the reason we're paying the $50 because the election coming to our time, people coming here, so we'll keep money for another purpose of that. But it depends. If you are in a chapter and you are a member, you have to pay your membership due, $10 a month. I don't think that's anything there. If people who are paid their membership due and time come like this, they get paid at $10 for registration and it's gone. And they'll be clear.
Prince, you say you don't think it's anything. You have senior citizens that don't even,
senior citizen who is different. Like in our state here, we came to team. We say we the young people pay $50. All the senior citizens pay $20.
You have college students that don't have.
Our college student here paying $10. Once you are 18 or 20 something, you pay $20. Go. I can screenshot our screenshot. We went to a meeting. If you go to a meeting, how do you come up with the ideas? We've been going to a meeting. The last meeting was not easy. Our president almost had pressure in the meeting. When she want any meeting, we said no, Madam President, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about our senior citizens. Until we did it, then we came up with the other folks. We were even making fun say about one of the paper was say, is he a senior citizen? And this next day we pay $50. So a senior citizen to move on in our head. So our seniors pay $20 here. Our seniors pay $20. The young people then pay $20. We that of age and working, we pay $50. That's thing we're discussing at our meeting. One person did not come up with that, and nobody can blame the president because we voted on everything that people should pay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another thing again about president overstaying. I look at it like once the members in the chapter don't complain, I don't think it should be an issue. But if the member come up to say, hey, you overstay your time, and it's time for you to go, there is nothing you can do. So for example, Kentucky chapter, I served as an election commission there. They said 2018 that brought William Blake to power. Since 2018, no elections have been held there. It's because the people of Kentucky probably is okay with the leader right now. So they are not complaining because since I conducted that election, the president is still in power.
Well, her time expired and she can't. The body says she should stay. That's something that's a concession for the body.
That's what I'm saying. So
she's just not holding on to it. She's not holding on to it. The members say stay until we can cover up a good time and have the election. And everybody okay. And we went to a meeting and we discussed it.
The members that are okay with her being
your state that you're in, your high election, you even get leadership there, chapter phone there.
We got yes, because the same thing that happened with our state, our leader is tired.
From Indiana, Sisio Kwe Colombo Zina. You're not getting on him be there. Eleanor, Isaac Kabadi, Isaac left now, so I know.
Chapter keep empowering Syria because they see that she's a good leader and you know.
But now she says she's tired. She's gone from you, so you're not getting leader.
We got leader. Just wait. You see how that comes.
There, Bill Clinton. He said Bill Clinton said you're in high school. They got from Togo Iyadima. He graduated from high school Iyadima. He went college Iyadima. He president Iyadima. He said, is that the only man who there?
It should not be a problem.
Okay. Yeah, but they want the people say they
come on to say, you know, we tired with you. You need to go. Those are the same people that elected you to be there. And when they say they're tired for you to serve them, I think you should look at it as a blessing. Because you served them for 7 years, Cousin George. You understand? So I think you should.
Look, we have to understand here now. George does not have any problem with overstaying now after this down and this. He said the way they did it, it was not a proper way they did it.
Okay, in which
they did it behind his back.
So meaning that he was not present.
They say you were not present, was not away, but we all waiting to leave. But we asked Kamati Dian, we asked other people from the state. We asked other people from the state. Listen now, we asked other people from the state, and the other people say they have put people together to meet George to come to meetings so they can discuss it, and he deliberately refused. So we are confused now. We don't know who to believe right now. But thank you very much.
Why don't you do us a favor, invite him on your show.
George was on my show on Tuesday.
So what was his take?
I just said what George said. Then he said, what you take? They said the way they did it was not good. He going to complain to the board. He going to complain to the national administration.
Okay.
And I got credible information. He went to the board, and the board people said, no, go to the national administration for exhaust the issue in your state. If you can't get there, you go to the national. There's a process. You don't get rushed to us. So I think he's trying to follow that process. Well, thank you.
The number that you're reading out, if it's true that all those members were actually present at that meeting, that means they're already done with him. They just don't want him to be their leader. So I think
the rough copy here.
I was walking away with flying color and just accepting.
This is the rough copy.
Okay.
That's it.
This is the rough copy.
Thank you. All right. Jeru Gibson. Man, you've been listening to this show here. We just came off for maybe an hour. We're now going 2 hours. Trying to get that when you put your hands inside, you can't move on that moment. Yeah, I said let me go for 1 hour, then 2 hours, then I didn't tell me announcement 2 hours 4 minutes.
You're all right.
So Gibson, Jeru, Minnesota. The tape from Gilmore. Let me play the Gilmore tape here because
I listened to the whole tape though. I listened to the whole tape, but you want to play it for your audience, you can do that. But
yeah, I mean this tape.
I mean, I think too long, man. People.
We're not playing the whole tape. Bobby, you want me on the show? I'll put you in the bag.
Man, you can't put president in the bag now.
Man, the president. I Gene, you put the jinky on my show. You want me to get it? I put you in the bag and you call me. You say you put a baby in the bag. I will make the president sorry and I put him.
I come to you to inform you about a bubble, about a problem that is unfolding and how the propensity to derail the peace that we all are putting together in this community. It's Minnesota. I speak to you as your chapter president, as a chapter president from the state of Michigan. I'm asking all chapter presidents to think about this. There are a few handful of Grangidians, maybe 5 or 6, gathered together in Minnesota, decided that, look, they disagree with the chapter president, Mr. George Floyd, and they decided that, look, he is no more a sitting president. And they are waiting to be recognized or approved by the board and the administration. We understand who is behind this. We got it. Let me say this to every single chapter president. If you accept that 4 or 5 people or whatever numbers can come together because they disagree with you for whatever reason, because what is going on in Minnesota is personal and it's about this election. So if they can come together and remove you and do the same, it means that the Grand Jury Association is done. That means that if 4 or 5 people sit down, they don't like you for no reason, have a meeting and say you're no more president, and they send a letter to the national or the board, that means you're no more president. Then what good is Grand Jury Association? I'm asking all chapter president, just because it's in Minnesota, that don't mean you immune from that. It can happen to you. And as a sitting chapter president for Michigan, I condemn this to the 40s. I would never work with any human being in Minnesota except the leadership headed by George Floyd. And I called it.
Mr. Jeru, you've been a chapter president. If you have a, when you I believe you served in North Dakota there for some time. Is this how a chapter president is supposed to speak?
First of all, no, I would say no. If Mr. Gilmore would have said that he was speaking as a candidate, then I can say, well, the man is speaking as a candidate.
As a candidate.
But as a chapter president, to interfere in another chapter activities is troubling, because you do not have authority over any chapter to tell them what to do and what not to do. But let me go further than that. And this is the reason why I ask you to send me the link. There is no constitutional provision as to how members can remove their chapter leaders. There's no constitutional provision that if the chapter president or leadership is not functional, or they have overstayed and have not called for elections, there's no national constitutional provision to that. I also have the Minnesota chapter. The Minnesota chapter called for election, I think every 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Mr. Floyd was elected 2018. He been elected 2018. From 2018 to 2020, that's 2 years. From 2020 to 2024, supposed to be his last 2 years. Today, we are in 2025. It means he has been there for additional almost 3 years. He has not called for election. He has not organized election commission, and he continued to make the chapter to be dead. He is not calling for meeting. He's not engaging. So the people of Minnesota, Grangeres in Minnesota, they should sit and wait for Mr. Floyd to decide when and how the chapter should function. That's how some people want it to be. So if Mr. Floyd decides in the next 10 years that the Minnesota chapter will not function, nothing will happen there, they should just sit and wait. That's what Mr. Gamer is saying. But you know, these are the pieces of advice that Mr. J.J. Dennis gave him. These are the pieces of advice that Mr. Daniel Pine gave him. These are the advice that his campaign chair,
Uriah Stone
gave him. These are the kind of pieces of advice that he received from the people who are advising him. So Mr. Gamer is interested in one individual controlling the entire chapter that is almost dead, that nothing is happening. He does not call for meeting. He does not engage with the people. He does not engage with the national. He does not engage with the board. He stays there and allow the chapter to die. Mr. Gilmore is okay with that. And that's the kind of man you want to be a president for this organization.
But Gibson, the same thing that happened in Minnesota, where the body went in there and they told themselves that we need a new leader, and they did it. It happened in Texas.
Exactly.
2 or 3 weeks ago, where they sat on teleconference
and they made a decision,
and they removed their guy. They put new internal leadership in place. Look, why is Gilmore so particular about Minnesota, but he's not concerned about Texas?
Listen, Prince Double, are you calling 58 or 48 people handful of people? Is it not disrespect to these people?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that he was not supposed to say that.
Are you telling me
people human beings?
Now, 58 or 48 people, or even 38 people sit to decide their destiny. He's not interested in what the people want. He's interested in what one individual wants. If the national administration are listening to me, because I'm not the only person that advised the national administration, if they have listened to my suggestion, a long time Mr. Floyd was out. Because they have remedied to that. But they wanted the people in Minnesota, the members in Minnesota, to take the decision themselves. And if members are saying no, you've been there for more than 6 years, and you are not calling for election, and our chapter is dead. So we are taking we gave you the power. We are the one that make you what you are, and you are not seeking our interest. We are taking our power back, and then we come back and say we should not respect anybody. But I heard Mr. Gilmore say he will not deal with anybody who is chosen there as president. First of all, let's say congratulations, my man Bobby for Tudee for that election. I want you to work vigorously and touch on everybody if you can to make sure that Minnesota survives. The thing that is happening in Minnesota is a shame, Prince. Minnesota is one of the backbone of Graduate Association. When we came to the States here, we in North Dakota used to go to Minnesota to cast our votes. We used to be on Minnesota. That's how effective that state was. 2 elections before North Dakota was able to establish a chapter in 2011 by us who were here. Now Minnesota that we know to be the beacon of hope for Grangeres in our state. One human being, no meeting. He does not place with his board. I don't even know whether he recognizes the board there. He decides what he wants to happen without board approbation, without calling a meeting by the people to make decisions. And he decides that the chapter lives or dies. And we should sit as Grangeres and watch him do that. We should sit and watch him do that. Minnesota dies, so we can be laughing when we go to a convention And when they say, oh, Minnesota not functioning, everybody laugh, oh, laugh. So Mr. Gilmore can make fun of Minnesota. That Minnesota is a dead state. That's why he wanted. But it's not possible. And we thank God that the people of Minnesota, the Grand Gideons in Minnesota, found their voice and made a decision and say, enough is enough. Let Mr. Slaw come to the administration. I know that day they will not put me in that meeting. They will just exclude me from that meeting that we'll have with Mr. Floyd and whoever is bringing. This is a disgrace.
Which meeting?
Well, they say he's going to engage the national administration. He's going to complain to the national administration. We are going to postpone his investigation until after the election. I will advise the president.
Listen, you can't use my platform for that, Mr. Geru.
I'm telling you something. I will advise the president. I'm the advisor on the president for legal affairs. We are now dealing with electoral matters. We don't have time to solve problems that will not impact the electoral process.
Bobby,
so we postpone the investigation. After the election, we investigate the matter.
Because he said Evelyn Collins said again moved to Minnesota. So please call them.
I just moved to Minnesota.
I just moved in Minnesota, Mr. President. Please call me. My number is so.
I mean, Bobby, need glasses.
She wants to be part of the leadership.
People are excited. People are excited. I'll take a number down.
Let me screenshot it. Let me screenshot it before you move on the screen. Are you kidding me? Listen,
Bobby, I want my beginner watching. Bobby, I will watching tonight.
You're ready. Sister number and call your sister.
One number. Print double. Can you imagine Octavius Gilmore making that kind of video? So Octavius Gilmore believe in dictatorship.
I want you to tell me about the man body movement. It's finger. It's finger.
Are you telling me? Wait, why would JJ Dennis? Why would JJ Dennis, a good man like JJ Dennis, a good man like Daniel Pine, a good man like Uriah, so why would they advise the man to come and insult the people of Minnesota? Why would he insult the Grand Gideon in Minnesota and call it them of any human being, any handful of human being? Are you kidding me? Is that how you describe Grand Gideons in Minnesota?
Bobby, they are human beings.
Any kind of human being? Are you describing
human beings?
More than 50 people meet and make a decision and call them any kind of human being? Is that what Octavius wants to consider people in Minnesota?
Bobby, you got a lot of people not to work with. But you talk 50, some more people, you'll not work with them.
Oh my God. I am so appalled. And I want to apologize for it. Octavius is my little brother. I want to apologize to the people of Minnesota. Please forgive him for calling you any kind of human being. You're not any kind of human being. You are valuable members of the Grand Gideon Association. We know what Minnesota has done in the Grand Gideon Association. We know what Minnesota stands for in the Grand Gideon Association. In fact, at a certain point of Grand Gideon Association, Minnesota used to dictate the pace of Grand Gideon Association activities. That today, members of Grand Gideon Association in Minnesota, Octavius Gilmore is calling them all kind of human being.
I can remember when I was in Minnesota, I went from the OLM, or Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came to Minnesota. We had our tickets. They gave us tickets and we went there. And I was sitting at the front row right there at the college on University Avenue. I represented Minnesota. Kepet Dwyer from the OLM, the organization of Liberians that time, gave our ticket. He gave it to your brother, or Wolipa Bronjeru. Yeah, they gave our ticket to our people.
So they are rebel. And Uriah's son, see the kind of people that we're dealing with. Uriah's son told Octavius to come and call Grand Gideons in Minnesota all kind of human beings. Then he himself called them rebels. Amen.
Prince, you see, I only wanted to talk about our chapter tonight and us coming to the fore. But the thing is, wherever behavior these guys they display, it speaks volume. That's why it invigorated some of us to be into the elections, to see, because we can't with the kind of temperament. This temperament is it the temperament that's supposed to lead our organization, Prince? tell me. I always tell you, I continue to repeat this thing. I have my disagreement with Edith. But to pick between to put Edith aside and pick the Gilman with this kind of temperament. Well, the first move you had to making this organization was to sue somebody because somebody said something that you disagree with. You took them straight to court. So how many people are you going to sue when you ascend to the leadership? If somebody says something that is displeasing to your ear, how many people are you going to sue, Mr. President? So much is at stake. So much is at stake in these elections.
So much is at stake. So much is at stake.
The thing is black and white. You have somebody making a statement. We the uneducated people. We will lead the educated people.
Yeah, the chairman for the national
can you imagine
the campaign. He said GGAA National Administration elected form new rebel group to overthrow an elected leadership.
Can you imagine?
To this now.
So we got rebel in Minnesota now.
Yeah, we're rebellion.
They do not respect the decision of the body to say, well, this man has been there 6 years and 3 months.
I don't want to play the video where they put Bobby in it because my sister Sata Johnson said and Parker said she get it terrified her. So I'm not going to play it.
Look, let me just say this to people of Minnesota. When we used to be in North Dakota, we used to be wishing to be like Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota was one of the states that served as a beacon of the hope for Grandidians.
Yeah, Iowa, Mr.
Iowa, nowhere.
But listen, I used to be Minnesota, Iowa. Iowa used to come to Minnesota to vote.
I said North Dakota. We used to vote on North Minnesota. Iowa used to be under Minnesota.
We gave Iowa their freedom and give them their independence.
The people of Minnesota, you know the reason why they went down is because of bad leadership. You elect someone to do a piece of work. 6 years, this will be there for 2 terms. But even if after the first election, you never had election again to win your second term. So you only have 1 election and you stay there for 6 years and 3 months. No election, no coordination with the board that you have there, no coordination with the membership. You don't call meeting. You wake up and charge them $150 for each person to pay to you. To do what with it? Why are you charging the people? That's the base of corruption. Why are you going to charge? Who made that decision? He said our membership due. Membership due? What have you been doing to deserve that membership due? And you look at my Google friend and come out take dinner. You look at people like Dusty Kine and Bobby Tudee and Alex Gay. All these people, you look at them and call them rebels?
But look at the people now. Look at the people who are related with Bobby. Now you got Mr. Tudee right here, the president. You got Nehemiah got it here, the vice president. You got Nemo's sister Nemo here. Willett Nemo here, the secretary. You got the treasurer. They got a treasurer here, Mrs. Brown, and you got Uriah's this lady with the black. It's Uriah's sister-in-law. He calls his own sister.
I can't believe it. I can't believe. Look, you know this thing here. Some people take this
because Bobby. He calls his own sister-in-law, his wife, older sister, a rebel. And I'm seeing here. She said, "Yes, my daughter. Imagine you married to my sister and calling me rebel for real."
The woman is hurt. She's hurt.
My sister, sorry.
You know, sorry. I saw Haley post. It said, Mr. Jerry, this is a
yeah. You see, Crispy Romeo already spoke on Gibson Jerry. Said, Mr. Jerry, take it easy. I know this is open to rally voters to your camp. Yeah.
Crispy, I'm mad.
But the scene we are saying Gibson, the scene we are saying Gibson, the link. I sent a link to Jenkins Greer
I sent a link to Otavio Gilman. So any of them can come here. Nobody can say they ain't send a link to me. They're not coming. They're not able to come on. They're not able to come on and face
all the people I
Grandidians
sent a
here.
link to. You see Jingy Guya right there.
They're not able to come on and face Grandidians here. They're not able to come on to call Grandidians who are in Minnesota, who decide to take their own destiny in their hand. You call them rebel. The presidential candidate for
then my sister Teresa Jerusalem. Oh wow!
All kind of
I'm out of words. Uriah to call your rebels. Wow!
Prince, I just want to make a quick announcement. We'll come back to the issue. I just want to tell my people in Minnesota that don't forget there is a mass meeting, mass meetup, an emergency meeting this Sunday. There is an opportunity for us to democratically elect 2 board members that will be representing us on the board. So please come out.
The
former election commission chairlady, Emilia Polo, she said, "Who trained those rebels and who's heading them?"
So please come out. Listen, and
those rebels are trained by Stanley Flan and Gibson Jeru, and their leader is Bobby Tudee.
Some people,
please put Teresa Yoel. Put Teresa Yoel comment back.
What you say?
Teresa Anna.
She said, "Oh wow, I'm out of words for Uriah to call your rebels." Then she said, "Wow,
that's a campaign.
Wow,
lack of experience.
The last wow is all in cap.
Temperamental individuals or
novice. Then my own sister here, Joanna Zulu. Now, when the call, he and his president,
Abis
of toilets. He will start crying again. That kissing Jerry use our. Joanna is a researcher on the show here. Tina, happy one more good idea. We must stay talking about.
And listen. Our focus is to bring the community together, whether Minnesota or not, the national. So what I decided to do, what I want to do, I have something that I want to do. In Kentucky, I will be calling on Josephine Slough. And I'll be calling for somebody from Edic Poor camp. I want to slaughter a cow. I want these people from different camps on the 2 cows.
You can kill a cow in my yard, man. You can't.
You live in Minnesota.
Any man with media, all of them with media. You know, I can see.
No, but
so when they kill a cow, I can keep some routine when they can't leave. So I can get people soup
for cow.
Listen. Your
own but negotiating for cow parts.
The man, I want all of that guy. What that guy who ate a poor cow in Moro, man.
Jabate.
The guy
is actively negotiating for significant part of the cow.
No, but and Gibson, if the man killed a cow here in Kentucky, Ellen will be here. He called Ellen rebel. Ellen will eat some of the cow and forgive the man. That will very long.
So what I want to do, Praise, is I want to slaughter a cow, but I want everybody to be part. I want the Gamer Slew team to bring people that will all kill that cow, will kill the cow, and will be represented. We'll sit on one place because I want to be. It's not about. We're not fighting war yet. Whoever wins, they want the betterment of the organization. So we need to be seen like enemies when we go over there. I want this to be peaceful. We go to the parties, we dance, we have our election. Whoever wins will come together and say, listen, thank you. That's how it's supposed to be. The hard sale last part of
Bobby, that's what we can do, the crown people. You saw how we met over there. They go on Saturday to Sister Edith Swartz or Wake.
Yes.
How we were hanging out. Nobody even knew. Uriah was there, the MC.
Yeah.
And then I think at a certain point, he called Edith to speak. And when Edith was speaking, some people were saying, oh, Edith speaking too long. Uriah said, no, Edith is the president. If she wants to speak for 20 minutes, then it must speak for 20 minutes.
I have to applaud him for that.
Yes.
I know when we come
everybody say, oh, wow. So I said, man, he understands. It's just that the brother in here feeding with the movie man, George, Floor George, and he said, damn, Bobby. And then Bobby, the guy go put you on my clothes.
You really?
I think that Johnson Dopo, Bobby Ameklo, that same thing. I guess in Jewish that Ghana thing. Johnson, when you remember when you put them on the bear and he said the mad cow, you put friend, who?
I mean, I love the creativity. I love the creativity that he put in me all the ammo regalias and stuff. Regalia. I mean, I like it. I enjoy it. To him, you think I'm annoyed? No, I'm not, because I know the fact that he can do the thing. He got potential. He got a role to play in this organization.
Yeah.
So
that's how president can talk. That's president. That's how president can talk.
I have no resentment against the young man. He's creative.
You see, you see president talking. This is how president
the Ibrahim Traore, the guy from Burkina Faso. The guy in many who no guns, and they move Ibrahim head, and they put Bobby head. The way the guy put Bobby head, the team match Bobby skin color, everything, my man. Bobby go in the gun. I said, my sister Sata and Johnson Parker. She said those things are terrifying people. We don't have clergy people in a prayer.
So praying. I need our older ladies in the community, the sis, how do you call it? Sis Etta Quay, or how do you call it, Jesse Roberts, and other people from, I don't know, from Josephine's side. I want the people to get on. Let's slaughter the cow on a peaceful atmosphere. That's why I want
to talking here. Now what I mean, I
want to be present. I want to be present. I
want to be cutting a couple of pieces and putting it in my X bag, Gibson.
When you do that, you get tired with funny me.
The cow is a reconsideration cow, my man.
Friends, the Friends of Prince Double coming to Minnesota. I told you already what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill a goat for the Friends of Minnesota. Those will be landing in on Friday. They go to Prince Double house. I'll call myself Adina Solo, my Gobo sister. She will be that one that just Prince of Prince Double. The cow that I'm talking about is the unity cow. That unity cow. Now after the election, we will stay together. I want to meet my sister or Linda Dia. I want to meet all these people because we are one people.
Patient Tally.
I want to meet all these because we are one people. My man. We need to be
So the question from our sister Bria.
I think I answer that question. I think Mercy Bali.
My question is it because of the $120 payment, or he overstayed in term?
Yeah, both of them. Mercy, the man already overstayed his position. He's supposed to be elected 2 times. They have one election, 2018, he became president. He's supposed to call for election every 2 years. He failed to call for election. The second 2 years passed, that 4 years. The third 2 year passed. Now we are into the 6 years and 3 months. So he already overstayed without calling for election. If I were him, the same thing I did here, I called for the people to have election. They said no. I said, okay, what we'll do, let's have an interim body. Y'all come together, y'all let put somebody there to be interim, but I can't be there forever. We'll put an interim body, Jenkins Tower, we'll put him there as interim leader with other officials. And we made interim president, and I phased out of the thing, because if I continue to be there, no election, I'll be there for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. Because nobody will go against me. And I'll just use that as a conduit. So he stayed there he also be calling for election. You may have 2 terms, 2 year terms. But he made more time. He stayed there more time than he's supposed to be. That's one. Number 2, the $120 is not an issue if he had gone through the process. The $120 is supposed to be chopped up, annual fee, and whatever. But why have you not been collecting $120? In fact, why are you collecting $120? Because every year it will be $120. Why don't you multiply by 6 and say you'll bring it? Because he knows that nobody will listen to him. Because if you multiply $106, I mean 120 times 6, and I'm going to do that math really quick because my brain is not as good as it was when I was small. If you multiply 120 by 6, that will be $720. Why did you tell the person you owe $720? Why did he say only 120? Say you want to live by the rules or by the Constitution, but he can't do that. Because he himself violated the Constitution.
Mr. Mr. Jeru.
One minute, Bobby. Your sister say you must call her after the show.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Mr. Jeru.
There's a caller here. Let's listen to the caller, Bobby, because we're coming to go now. Let's listen to Madison Freeman. Madison Freeman, go ahead.
Thank you, Prince, for the time. Mr. Tudee, congratulations on your selection by the people of Grand County in Minnesota.
Thank you.
So Gibson, the great journalist of our time, go Ely. But okay, yes, what I'm going to say here, the former president of Minnesota, Mr. Floyd George, I don't know whether Mr. George has read any history book at all. You know, a leader is elected by the people, especially in a democratic society. I mean, and the last time I checked, the Grand Jury Association is a democratic organization. So they elect their leaders per the Constitution. Just yesterday, I was perusing the Constitution. Even at the national level, the president stays for 2 years. So I never fathomed how Mr. George is going to stay in power up to 7 years. And yet he's not setting up establishing the Electoral Commission for the people to elect who they want, or they are calling into meeting, and he's not setting up meeting and nothing. But yet he wants to be the president. You know, every revolution starts from somewhere. If you look at even our country, Liberia, the American Liberians, they came and they sat on the heads of our people, the indigenous people, for 133 years. They were empowered. No way they were doing taxation without representation. They're taking taxes from the people, and the people are not represented in government. So it came to a time where we have a gallant man from Grand Jury County called the late president, who they call, president now, or former president, President Doe, and his colleague, by then he was a soldier. And he said, you know what, this tyranny is too much. We have to stand up to these tyrants. And the House guys stood up. And today we have democracy in Liberia. You know, so it's ironic that we have a son from the county of a warrior, and he wants to suppress the people. He doesn't expect the people to stand up to him. The people beseech, they cry out to the man. They gave me all the opportunities to do something, to listen to them, and to no avail. So, you can't suppress the children of warriors. It's not possible. So, we want to applaud the people of Grand Jury Association Minnesota chapter for standing up to Mr. Floyd, because he was not elected as a king. He is a democratic democracy. It's the voice of the people. Voice populi, voice Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. God does not have a voice without the people. So the people spoke. They gave you 2 terms, and yet still you give yourself additional 3 years, and yet you want to stay there. That's not how it goes. So I want to applaud the people. And it goes, the same thing goes to Mr. Gilman. Mr. Gilman overstayed, the people will remove him. And so I was listening to a video, you're saying, to my federal chapter members, when they can do it to Florida, they can do it to you as well. But guess what? The only time the people will revolt like that when you overstay your power. That's the one they will stand up to you. So you see in Burkina Faso, Blaise Compaoré was chased out of office because he overstayed. Ben Ali, the same thing, the people agitated. So all over the world, the people can agitate and remove their president from power when the
Nicolas
president is conducting the affairs of the people accordingly. So, Prince, we want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity. Mr. Bobby, the same message goes to you. The people of Grand Jury, they told Floyd, and they sent a message. So if you overstay too, they will stand up to you. So I want to say congratulations. Lead the people, listen to that call meeting. You are just the mouthpiece for the people. You are the oracle through which the people, the voice is heard at the national level. So just listen to the people, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Sayapole.
So, gentlemen, we got to close.
Yeah. Prince, what I was trying to...
Gibson, put me your statement.
Yeah.
Prince, because the thing here, I hate to go somewhere and this place is boring. That's why I continue to reiterate what you guys are doing over there. Is there any committee in place, people that are learning on Friday for where they get to go eat? Or everybody just driving and enter Friday and go in the hotels and wait for Saturday? I hope you got it well planned out.
I'm supposed to bring the committee on here, Bobby.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Where people meeting?
The committee are supposed to bring the committee on to give us information on those things. Crispy Romeo is the co-chair for that committee.
Yeah,
the chair lady is Caroline Joey. Steve Joey's little brother's
you need
wife.
help, you call us. You need help. We all want to make this situation.
But the cow, Bobby, can be killed at my area.
Okay.
We package it good. You know the town go bury. Bobby, the town go bury the old man. The town go bury the old man. Okay, cows or old man will package a cow. I don't mind. Okay, cow.
I won't get a cow for.
I'll get a cow for. Your people are bleeding. What I believe. I said, my God.
I'm me. Yeah, but seriously, we don't want to go over there. We enter. We're going to McDonald's, go buy food and things. People want to go where they
go. A food, Bobby, as you said, the area will get a CP, our our chapter president, Muna Vlay Warranty's house, the chair lady's house, Crispy Place, and my area too, the big backyard that will have these barbecue set up.
Since a meal online, we want to work with the people. Then where do we go to make pledges to help with the food, with the cooking, with the people online? They want to work. They want to make it.
They will get say a meal come will girl want the bed, and she will be there. You know, but the B says that passed. Edith, she came to my hall for the inauguration. So the basement, I gave her the bed in the basement with the bath and everything. So I did it came. I said, oh, say, B6, we got met Gandhi's sister, you know. I saw my man Gandhi and Tina in Minnesota. So I said, say, Edith, they place here, you know. So I even now, say, Edith, go to the blue, I can do my podcast. Say, Edith, put the quilt on the floor and she's lying there. So I went downstairs. I said, well, I said, you did a room here. Why are you going? Yeah, the whole room, the bed, everything. She said, my son, my brother, you can talk. Now, you can talk. That bed too high. If I get on that bed and fall down to net, the next thing print that will show you talking, either fall down from. I said, this I can't do that woman. That woman talking about, I can't carry on that side. She says, that woman, no trust them. She said, I should be on that bill. I said, she never slept on her bed. Actually, did that woman stay down? Yeah, but Gibson, let's close this thing now.
I was.
Bobby, this sister says she in Minnesota, so try to get her.
Yeah, try to get it.
Mercy Greer.
Try to get her in Minnesota. Sister, please inbox us your number. Please send it to Prince Dower and let Prince Dower turn it over.
Yeah, you're going to register. Yeah, you're coming to the election share, but you're registered. People know you.
Yeah, register so we'll know. We'll reach out to y'all. We'll reach out to everybody here. Everybody have a role to play.
To end this thing, I was trying to get, I think it's on my office computer, the Minnesota Constitution. I have read it before because we are
Minnesota. Before we got to Minnesota, I got there 2000. I got there 98.
1998, yeah.
But I think they were 98 that time. They removed the pap they call Emmanuel Tay, may so rest in peace. As the papi that I remember Washington Tay and papi. He was president and he was living in the north. And most of the people live in the Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, Shingle Creek area. And they said when he called meeting, they don't go to meeting. And he was just in his second term. But when he called, the people were afraid that the place he was living in the north, they were shooting. And so the Papa were afraid to go to meeting. The Papa said, bring the meeting in the Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center area. He didn't want to, you're not comfortable coming over there. So the Papa then met. Because a couple of times, you know what I mean? So the Papa then removed him. When the Papa then removed him, the poor Papa Washington Yone as the interim leader. And then later on, he became the election commission and they had an election. And I elected William Cooper. So if you can't call meeting, they will move you. That our president here, Teresa, when you're talking, the woman can say, well, we say, please hold it until we can settle down to have election. So we give her that authority. It's like we're letting her. So it's a different game. The body came and they said, hold it, please, we'll have election, but let give us some time. Please give your leadership, you'll still be there.
But even on a sensible level, for those who are even talking about George Floyd, they should be thinking themselves. A man who stayed in power for 6 years and 3 months and is not willing to call for election. So the people in Minnesota, who are they? They are just mumu. They don't know nothing. They don't know their right. They don't know where. They don't know the left and right. They will wait for Mr. George Floyd to decide when. If the whole year pass and next year pass and George Floyd decide, there will be no election. There will be no activities. There's no activities. And the people in Minnesota just wait. And then you come when they take the decision, they say, well, we enough is enough. We put you there for 2 years. You never call for election. It's 6 years and 3 months now. So we are taking the power that we gave you. We're taking it from you. We are forming an interim body for us to move our chapter forward. Every time we go to convention for the last 4 or 5 years, we always make fun of Minnesota. Oh, my man, they put about the not item. Oh, they put on item. We laugh at them. Should we continue to laugh at them? And prominent people from Minnesota, they are contributing valuable services, knowledge, and experience to the Graduate Association in other areas. But in their own chapter, somebody is there who does not want to see the chapter to grow. Look, we should be thankful. In fact, we should be telling these people thank you for deciding to take the bull by the horn. I know in Ontario's chapter in Ohio, is that Ohio? In Michigan. In Michigan, I know when he's not even there, even though he in Delaware, they will not have election. They will not do anything. Then he's still there for 10 years and he still be president and nobody does anything. But this one was a good decision. And I think we should encourage the interim administration to go ahead, plan for the convention that is coming, mobilize our people and bring them to the convention. After the convention, host an election, put an illegitimate government in place, form the board, and have their board represented. Right now, Minnesota is not even represented on the board. How do they benefit from the decisions from the national board? They need to send 2 people immediately. Immediately. You all look for their $200 and send it to the board immediately so they can participate in the board meetings. Minnesota have been out for a long time. We can't continue to do that. Then Uriah Son, who is a campaign chair for Octavius Gamer, he come and call the people rebel.
Yeah.
Uriah, do you know who you are talking to?
But only law on the team. The only law on the team is a business in law. And look at when calling rebel.
Then Octavius call it there any kind of human being.
Any human being. We're not listening to any human being.
Any human being you're talking about there?
No
These are people you don't know. Let's respect each other. You can't talk about being peaceful and respect at the same time you're disrespecting people. Okay, so for me, I like to say thanks. Thank you very much. We thank you for your preferment, and we want you to work with other people to make the chapter functional, and then take our people to the convention. Let the people know, let them be represented. You all pay the convention fee. Last convention, they were not paid. We were making fun of that, of our brother, Arthur. When Arthur was telling them, man, so they're register, man, you get taught. Google people that are humiliated because of the decision of one man to hold everybody hostage. I hope y'all pay the convention fee. Y'all go ahead, y'all come to the convention. Y'all form part of the union. Enjoy yourself and feel no guilt. You have done the right thing. God bless you, and we'll continue to pray for you. I will be, if it were not too short this Sunday, I was going to be in Minnesota to participate as an observer in that meeting. And in fact, if my 2 rack in my head shake, I will be there. Yeah, I'm talking about home. As soon as the 2 racks shake and knock each other, I change my mind. I will come and be there.
Yeah,
I want to say thank you very much for bringing me on, and I appreciate it. Somebody asked a question. Crispy Review said, Mr. Jeru, who is us? Are you a member of Minnesota chapter? Mr. Tudee, you're strong.
No, you can coach. Now you finish creating the follow. It's sticky. No, you want there.
They almost beat Grimo. I'm going to almost beat you for a dance. That captain chairman there.
That man will flip.
The president
now, that
the
campaign
president
chairman,
doing.
that campaign chairman doing like this, so
Yeah.
Now all big get the clip them for the do.
That man I was burning. No, my sister was being.
and before I leave, I want to do something. I want to recognize somebody. You know, when people make sound decision, you got to recognize it. Mercy Gallo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mercy Gallo have been having issue with the president, with myself, with everybody. But for Mercy Gallo to look in the gap and say, even though I have my problem with Madam Idepoa, even though I have said things to her, even though I am mad about one or two things that she may have done, but I still believe that she is the right person for this organization at this time. It means a lot. It means a lot. It means a lot. So I want to say thank you, Mercy, for making that decision. And we pray that you continue to make such a decision. And for me to leave you guys, I want to say thank you again, my brother Tudee. I know you've been running away from the leadership team a long time. Now I come right back. You know, when something for you. If your uncle was a founder of this organization,
I know.
It's coming to you now. Maybe you'll be national president after Madam Idepoa, who knows?
God willing. God willing.
So God willing.
God willing. God willing.
Sometimes you criticize, then God say you'll give it to the man.
I'll get to him today. That's
what you bring them on. That's what you're talking here. They may have been a critical person. Okay, but now God say you'll give it to him now. Then he go ahead and lead the people. Look at like you so doing all that is on.
He's so excited.
I gave up. All right, guys. Thank you very much, man. I gotta go. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Jeru.
All right.
Look at him. My man, let me go. My jacket, I got off. Having fun and to do. Let me go get ready to go. Let me just talk to my 1 minute and get out of here.
Gilmore will fire that guy in the morning, my man.
They were too excited with the opposition.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, again, Prince, thank you. My people, our people, people from Grand Tudee here in the diaspora and back home. The people in Minnesota have given me the mandate to lead them for a couple of months and to see how we can arrange elections to have a genuine leadership in place. And I'm honored to take this position to represent this remarkable union here. Our people, God first. We will do everything in our power, but God first. And we want this particular organization to be recognized again, and as a strong chapter. So we will be reaching out to all our members. Maybe some people are not in the know that they have a new leadership in place. Change has arrived. Change is here. We will make changes. Matter of fact, we have an emergency meeting this Sunday. Please, I'm begging everybody, show up. Whether you are for this leadership or not, please show us so we'll hear you. We want the numbers. So our new members, people that are trying to join the organization. My name on Facebook is Eddington H. Bobby Tudee. You can send me a friend request. I will have Vivian Wright, we have Papi Kedie, Godier Kedie. We have a Dusty Kind. All these people that reach out, inbox your number so we can register you. If you want to go to Minnesota, you want to go to Kentucky, we will be covering your fees to go to Kentucky. You don't need to have that other headache of paying registration fee again, because we want everybody to be represented. Whether you're from the Gamers camp or you're from the POAS camp, come out. We will pay a registration fee so you can go down there. This is our gesture. This is our way of saying thank you for entrusting us with the leadership. So my people, this is not about who's leading. This is about our people. This organization will form on reaching out to other people. So we shouldn't take this thing we shouldn't be too political about this thing. We shouldn't have the headache to say, oh, who's heading this thing or who's not heading the thing. Let's come together and make this New York great again. And our people in Kentucky, hopefully you guys are prepared for us. You know, in Minnesota somewhere, we will come in full force. That's how we're looking. And the slogan is there, that how we're looking. When we're coming big. So we hope you're prepared for us. Hope you got enough hotels, big and good hotels, 5-star hotels for our people will be coming. So, and I hope you guys are well organized. When people come over there from other than street food, we'll let them eat food from home. So hopefully, if you need any kind of help, your call on the side, whatever donation, whatever we do, will not come public with it, because we just want to make it here to work. And I will be reaching to some other folks, like my older sisters then in Iowa, that says Etokwe, and the other lady, to see how we can make it in here, this particular convention fruitful and beneficial to our people. Again, I want to thank y'all. I want to thank the people of Minnesota. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Kamate Dian. I want to say thank you to Dusty Kine. I want to say thank you to Ellis Gay. I want to say thank you to how do you call it, Tom Tay. I want to say thank you to our president back home in Liberia, Mr. Alexander Bambo, Gordie Kedie, Vivian Wright, Julie Beverly Tudee, Ophelia, and everyone that turned out, to our newly elected vice president, Mr. Nehemiah Gali, those that are listening, all the grandees in Minnesota. I'm so thankful to the 38 or almost 40 individuals that show up to give us the mandate to lead our people. If I don't mention your name here tonight, because then my head is kind of blocked with so many issues. So thank you for giving me that power. I would do everything to not let you down. We want to make the organization great again. Minnesota has resuscitated. We will put air, we'll give oxygen to Minnesota. So please bear with us. Give us time. We'll be calling you. You see our number, please pick up. If you agree with us, you don't agree with us, please come on board.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, friends, for the opportunity. If we have any updates, we'll be hopefully we'll be going live, that you be able to watch the meeting this Sunday, because people will be coming in numbers to this particular meeting. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity, my brother. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want to play a little bit of my sister Sata dancing here, and then from there we're going to go. She and Tina. I will go and then it stop. Okay, that's how we're going to do it tonight. We're going to go over and go to bed, and then we're going to see you guys tomorrow. Chill there over there. We get video of people dancing out there. Send it to me. We're going to play it out here, and we're going to make sure we got to play this thing. We're going to bring the ladies of Iowa here on Saturday, and they're going to be talking to the people of Tudee. And then Sunday, we're going to bring Alex Diaz. Alex Diaz is a former president of Minnesota. And then Monday, we're going to bring on Fred Tadoguan, or we're going to check our schedule. Probably bring Fred Tadoguan or Ruth Boudreaux. One of them going to come on Monday or Tuesday. But we're going to check the day and make sure that things are straight up. Edith Ruth and Fred Tadoguan to come on here. But Fred Tadoguan probably going to endorse too. So we're here and listen to them. Bye.